Hey guys, we're doing our final Week 20 NFL picks, the divisional round picks against the spread show. I am not flying solo tonight. I thought I was flying solo last Friday, but Evan came on. But I am not doing it tonight because we have a special guest. I want to intro him after I do my own intro. So without further ado, please hit like, subscribe, comment below, share this video. Visit walterfootball.com and visit the link in the description for the merch store. As always, I'm wearing something for the merch store. So September is Lust Month t-shirt. Don't forget to appreciate Lust. It's in September. I know it's far away from now, but any month can really be Lust Month, not just September. So you can get that shirt as well as everything else at the merch store. 15% off sale. We have our mugs, we have our apron, we have our baseball cap. You can change the colors of the shirts. You can get long sleeve hoodie, infant onesie, and women's tank top. You can go to Amazon, buy my books. The most recent one is Jerks to the College Years, where I made fun of people. It was a lot of fun to write, and I think you guys have a lot of fun reading it. And A Safety and a Field Goal is my first book, which is a top 5 topic book about the NFL. Mostly serious stuff, but some funny stories about football players and coaches that I guarantee you've never heard from before, unless you've read this book. Also, please consider super chat, super stickers. It's the best way to support the show. Last week we had Kevin Kovac, and I believe Can't Make an Eagle helped us with super chats. And I said this, I've been saying it every year, every day in January. Q1 is here, which means our ad rates have plummeted. So if you guys really want to keep the show going, donating via super chats and super stickers is definitely the best way to do it. All right. Without further ado, we have like I said, we have a special guest tonight. I think you guys will be very surprised by this guest. So a quick intro, if I may. Our guest tonight is a back-to-back Dare free throw champion. He won his not once, not second, but third place in the 7th grade spelling bee. That's really impressive. Third place. That is a bronze medal. That's incredible. He also once ate an entire large pizza in under 4 minutes. I can't believe it. I can't even eat a large pizza in 5 minutes. He did in 4, and he's coming off the best betting night of his life. Wow, that is incredible. Please welcome Quacky to the show.
Let's hear it, man. You've heard the accolades. Now meet the man. Walter, thanks to you, man. We had a great week. I'm sorry I missed last week, everybody, but I deserve the crown after the week that we had, and in large part thanks to your ladder bets with Evan. Man, I can't believe that I have so much to catch you guys up on now with the super contest finish, and because I was out last week with the flu. There's a lot of people getting sick, or I guess everywhere, but
yes, people are getting sick. My daughter is sick too. So tell us about your betting night. I mean, I introed it. Don't leave the audience hanging. What happened?
Yeah, well, yeah, I won 1,900 on Saturday with the games. It was,
wow.
And yeah, so I follow this guy on Twitter, JJ Gruden, and he has some, especially with the standalone games, he has some decent prop selections. I follow him pretty closely, and for the first game, the Rams and Panthers, he said he liked Puka Nacua over 1.5 rushing yards, and then he tweeted again after that. He had a couple other selections too, and then he tweeted after that, and he was like, it's taking like every ounce of me to like hold myself back from betting like 500 on the Puka Nacua over 1.5. And so I was like, okay, I'll put 200 on it. And that hit. Actually, that first touchdown pass was considered rushing yards. So it hit right then.
Right.
And then I had a pretty sizable bet on Bryce Young anytime touchdown. I really thought, like this is a Carolina team. They're at home despite having a losing record. And, this is Bryce Young. Hey, look, say what you want about him. We never thought we would see what we're seeing out of him a year and a half ago. I feel confident saying that. So I thought he was going to come in there and bring the grit. I thought if they were down on the one, like he might try to sneak one in. I didn't think it was going to be a long touchdown run, but that was a 6-1 hit. Then I took Matthew Golden anytime touchdown. All week I saw, because Golden wears number 0. So all these memes, as a Packers fan, like Matt Golden's uniform number matches, the amount of touchdowns he had this season. And I was like, man. And I knew with Dontavian Wicks out, who I'd say is I really like him. I like Wicks. He's probably their 4th receiver on that team. I was like, well, you know what? Golden might get a few looks. That was 5-1. And I had a big bet on that one. So then that came through. I actually had the Packers initially, but then when the Bears were down 16 or 15, when they're down 21-6, I bet the Bears money line at 40 to, it was 40 to win 300.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew as a Packers fan, as soon as McManus missed that field goal at the end of the first half, I knew they were going to lose a game. I should have bet it then, but I waited till they kicked the field goal and I was like, okay. But yeah, and then we did the ladder with Jordan Love. So it was just one of those days to remember for a while. It doesn't happen often. Like, you just can do no wrong. And I had some, like, that 5-1 and 6-1 really were nice for me. So appreciate the picks with the ladder.
Yeah, it's awesome. Glad you had a great betting day. How'd your super contest entry finish? Because you're kind of on the cusp of having like a big money.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I didn't get in the top 10. I got 31st. I
Okay.
finished. So what I finished? What was it, 65 or no? What was I 55, 34 and 1, right? Yeah, 55, 34 and 1. So
It's very impressive.
I got to tell you, it's been, it's been a good season, and it's been a different season, and just, express my gratitude to you and all the viewers here who, have helped me, convince me on some great picks, and you made some great picks yourself, and we're learning how to, I'm still getting ready to graduate from Handicappers University here, and this is part of the on-the-job training. But yeah, this is one of the best years I've had in a long while. So I appreciate always hearing the perspective from you and Andy and Evan, and when I'm on the show, it's something completely different. But I can't remember a season where, like, I picked a lot of pretty nice underdogs. Like, it seems like this season, it seemed like it was happening almost every week, and I don't know. I was locked in. I was hoping for a better finish in the super contest, but I won a little bit of money, and I'm just proud of the season I had.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, 31st is pretty incredible. Do you know how many people were in the entire contest?
I want to say it was at least like 3,000.
That's pretty sick. So yeah, congrats. Yeah, congrats on a great season. 55, 34 and 1 is awesome. So
yeah, thank
you. We had a good joint entry too. It wasn't as good as that, but we went 48 and 48, 40 and 2. Which could be better, but it's not too bad. My best personal entry was at the super contest, 49, 39 and 2. So not quite good enough to get the money there, but it was actually kind of close. It was closer than I thought it was.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was this stupid site still doesn't update. I was gonna look, but never mind. I think I was like in the top 50-ish, around there. But apparently on the top 20 payout. So I needed a few more wins to get there. It would have been nice if like the Eagles didn't return that blocked field goal, or if the Jaguars didn't blow that lead in week 2, or the Cardinals didn't suffer that collapse where DeMarcado dropped the touchdown. You could point to so many games, but hopefully we have better luck next year.
Yeah, it's so funny too, like how like, if you've never done a contest before, I think this is my 4th year doing these, and you kind of think going into it your first time, you're like, oh, this won't be that hard, and like, how could I ever go 1-4 or 0-5? And it happens, it's so tough sometimes, and obviously there's some guys that are a lot better at it than I am, and can do this for professionally, I guess, if you will, but it's just so hard to stay consistent. I had a couple, man, like I had some really good weeks down the stretch in my contest, but then that one week when Houston beat Buffalo on Thursday night, I actually had Houston locked in, and then right at 7:59 I was like, crap, like maybe, like, I kind of just put that in there as a placeholder because I think I had it at 6 and I think it moved to 4.5. Because I thought it was going to move, so I locked the line in. But then I was like, I didn't really think too much into that game. But then they ended up winning, so I was like, man, nice. Like, on a game like that was like kind of was an oops. I'm starting off 1-0, like, and I finished 1-3-1 that week.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, that one hurt. And then I think week 16, I think I went 1-4.
Yeah,
that hurt, and it's just like, man. And you just think, Could have just gone like 3-2 both of those weeks. It would have made so much difference. And it's like it's that hard. It's that hard.
Yeah. It's tough. You have to be mentally locked in for 4 months every single week. You can't take a week off. It'd be nice if we had like a bye, it's kind of like reset the battery and just get going with more energy, but it doesn't work that way. You have to be on every single week, and if you miss something, this is why I don't play video games during the football season, because like I find that like if I play a video game, if I play like for an hour, that's like an hour I could have spent like researching stuff or just thinking about what could happen in these games. So now that the season's over, I'll be able to do that after I get all the free agency and fantasy stuff done. So
yeah, I've got some interesting plays for you this week. But hey, before we get into that, well, man, yeah, what's up, Slew? What do we got here?
Quacky, maybe next year you should do 438 basketball drafts like someone we know. Yeah.
I can't. I'm too far away from the Trenton Thunder Stadium, man. I can't get out there.
There's no DraftKings in Florida, so Quacky couldn't do. I wonder if you could. I know you can't bet on DraftKings, but
you can do fantasy, but I don't know about best ball. I never looked into it.
You might be able to do it. It's just like fantasy. It's fun. There's playoff best ball going on right now, which is looking like it's going to have overlay. So if anyone is thinking about getting into it, you should maybe do it. I think it's so fun to. I think it's so fun to draft. It's the best.
Maybe I'll take a look. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Pat says, Walt, wrapping up on my draft on the NFL article for my Substack and should be sending your way sometime soon. In research, it is insane how much the NFL tried to hide the Ray Rice video. Yeah. That's why I called Roger Goodell a douche, and that's why we've been banned for the combine. But that's awesome. I look forward to reading your article, Pat. That's great. I really look forward to seeing what you came up with, and they really tried to hide the Ray Rice stuff. It was ridiculous. So I think that ended up hurting them in the end.
That was about 2014, right?
It sounds about right.
Yeah,
maybe
2015.
Maybe. Also, fellas beat Hollow Knight last night. Amazing game, very similar to Ori. Now on to Silent Hill F. Very solid, more action packed than horror.
Oh, nice.
I watched the Silent Hill 4 playthrough by that Costa Clism girl. And I never played it. I played 1, 2, and 3. I never played 4 before. And it's pretty cool. It's pretty interesting. I don't know if you ever seen it, but
I think I have.
You don't think you have? So basically you're a guy trapped in your apartment. You can't leave. You can't get out the door. Like there's like 6 bolts, like, and you can't open anything. You can't open up your windows, they're nailed shut. Like you just can't do anything except there's this hole in your bathroom. And like if you step through the hole, you go to a different place. It's almost like a dream world. And then like there's like these ghosts floating around, and they kind of like sap your sanity. Like they don't hurt you. They just like reach into your soul almost and like drain your sanity. But if you find another hole, you can return to your apartment, and then you regain your sanity. Like if you just stay in your apartment for like a little bit, you regain your sanity.
What's this called again?
Silent Hill 4.
Okay.
Yeah, and like midway through the game, you're given this like weird, creepy doll by this guy, and he ends up being the main antagonist. And as soon as you get this doll, you don't regain your sanity in your apartment anymore. And in fact, your apartment starts to get haunted, and there are ghosts in your apartment, and so there's like nowhere safe to go, and it's like really unnerving. So
wow.
it was a pretty cool game.
Yeah, well, I like this. I didn't realize you were talking about Silent Hill 4. Yeah, I mean, I know those are really, really creepy.
Yeah, Mueller from the Mueller report was hired to the private investigation of Rice. Wow, I did not know that. That's incredible. Wow. Anyway,
hey, I've got some bad news, man.
Okay, what is it?
My local Arby's closed down.
No way.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's because it's so funny because I remember like every time I went there, I was like, I never really saw, like maybe now and then, but like most of the time I was the only car like ever in the drive-thru. And I remember I was like jokingly like thinking to myself, I was like, I'm probably like single-handedly keeping them in business. and then like I pulled up like the other day and I was like, what? Like all the whole drive-through menu was just blank space. And I was like, no way. Like I drove past the front and I looked inside. It was like all empty. It's like, wow, maybe I really was single-handedly keeping them in business. So now I got to like go like 15 minutes out of the way to get my Arby's and moving forward, I guess.
That's horrible. You're right. It's terrible news. Actually, it's funny they bring that up.
You're right. That's terrible news. I mean, it is. I feel bad for the business.
It's the worst thing I heard today.
Man, we live pretty charmed lives then.
First world problems are the worst problems.
Yeah.
It's funny that you bring up Arby's because that was topic of conversation tonight. I was with my wife, and we actually had to buy a new mattress because my kids were jumping on the bed just kind of like broke the box springs. So we had to get a new mattress. So we were driving home, and obviously, it's in the evening, so we didn't have anything prepared at home. So we were driving, and like Five Guys closed, the one near my salad works, and right next to my salad works, just to say. And my wife's like, I was like, oh, she's like, I really want a cheeseburger, but I forgot Five Guys is closed. And I'm like, well, there's Arby's. And she's like, Arby's doesn't have cheeseburgers. I'm like, what? Of course, Arby's does everything.
Yeah, they do now. They're not bad. The Arby's cheeseburgers.
No, the Arby's cheeseburgers are really good. You're right. Yeah, they're really good.
Arby's is extremely underrated, man. It kind of gets overlooked in the fast food world. Yeah. It's definitely, in my opinion, it's the best of. Well, I like Culver's too. I know we've argued this before, but like it's certainly better than like McDonald's or Wendy's or Burger King. Man, does anyone go to Burger King anymore? I mean, although I do enjoy a Whopper, but I haven't had one in maybe like at least a year.
I haven't been to a Burger King in like
and that's like
it's been long. It's been a long time. Yeah. No, that's not true. I actually went to a Burger King for my my niece's 4-year-old birthday because they had like a big play place in there. Which is like an oddity these days, but like no, they had like a huge tower. It was like the biggest like play place I've seen at a fast food joint. And so my kids had fun there. So I said like one day, like when I'm just watching the kids, we have nothing to do, I'll take them there. But my daughter's not like quite old enough to go through by herself, so I was just kind of waiting on that. But it's what do you say?
Oh no, but I was just saying, I think Arby's is significantly underrated.
I agree.
It's not like that bad. I mean, it's still processed, of course, but of the fast food, I like Culver's too. You ever been to a Culver's?
No, and you said we argued about Culver's. I'm like, I never argued about Culver's.
Well, no, I probably just strung my sentence together. I mean, we've argued about this topic before, and maybe I brought up Culver's. I couldn't remember. I probably just didn't explain myself very well. Okay. But like, like Culver's is good. But I'll tell you what, I haven't had McDonald's in a long. Last time I had McDonald's, it sucks, man. It's really. I mean, look, I understand the quality was never that good, but like from yeah, but it's like I know people that swear by like the Egg McMuffin and whatnot, but but I don't know, like the quality. It's expensive now. Like I wouldn't even go, and the quality is down.
I told you when I was like racing to get McDonald's breakfast. I can't believe they closed at 10:30 now instead of 11. Like they had all day breakfast before COVID, and then after COVID they stopped all day breakfast for some reason. But like then they didn't even bring it back to 11. They brought it back to 10:30. Like what kind of like insane lunatic has lunch at 10:35? Like that's still breakfast time. That's still the morning. The morning's before noon, right? That's like technically morning. So how do you have lunch at 10:31 p.m.? It's like the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, one time when I used to work for an insurance company, and I was calling someone like regarding a claim from the other insurance company, and I got her voicemail, and she's like, "My lunch hours are like 10:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m." It's like, why would you assign an employee a lunch hour beginning at 10:30 a.m.? What?
Yeah, it's a boss who hates their employees. Actually, we had in our high school, people would have random lunch hours, lunch periods. So we had 7 periods. So we had like homeroom, I don't know, it was like 9 to 9:30, and then like period 1 was 9:30 to 10:15, and then period 2 is 10:15 to 11, etc. and people were divided evenly into those 7 lunch periods. And like some people had period 1 lunch. Like they had lunch at 9:30 a.m. to 10:15.
What?
I know. It's like back in between 99 and 2001 when the NFL had an odd number of teams, so there had to be a bye week every week. So like the teams that would have bye weeks week 1, it's like imagine waiting for the whole season for your team to play, and you're like, I have to wait until week 2 now.
Oh my god, that's ridiculous.
That's kind of like the same thing. And then some people had period 7 lunches, which was like I think like 1:45 to 2:30 or something, or no, it's 2 to 2:45. It's 2 to 2:45. So like these poor people couldn't eat lunch until 2:00. But at the same time, if you had period 7 lunch, you could just get out of there, right? Because there's nothing, you didn't have to stay past period 7 unless you had sports like me, and then it's like you just had like 45 minutes to kill. But they gave the athletes period 7 lunches so they can get to practice early. So they kind of screw them over both ways.
Yeah, I usually ate first lunch or third lunch. There's only 3 lunches at my school. Okay.
Yeah.
What are you eating this? Are you eating first lunch this year?
First lunch?
You got first lunch or third lunch? I'm third.
I had 7th lunch. So.
Oh dang it! I thought maybe we would have third lunch together this year.
No, I always had like 5th. I always had like 5th, 4th. I got lucky. I didn't have first. It's poor people, like I said, who had first lunch. Like imagine, like, oh man, and you have to show up to what's it called, advisory. So it's not like you could show up to school late. You know, that'd be a perk. Like at that point, I'd understand. You could have like a late breakfast and stuff. But you have to show up to advisory, and then okay, you have 45 minutes. I guess you get your homework done, but still sucks. But
yeah. Hey, I got something else for you. Okay. So I don't know if you knew this about me, but I'm like, I grew up going in the ocean and stuff. Like I love swimming in the ocean, and like now I'm scared to go in. So I was thinking about something. Have you ever like how many times do you think this has happened? Like there's somebody who's like never been in the ocean because like they're scared, and they finally like get the gumption to like get in the ocean for the very first time. And on the very first time they get in the ocean, like something happens to them. Like they get bit by a shark, or like they get like stung by a stingray, or like how many do you think that's ever happened? Like they're scared. They're scared their whole life, and then the first time they get in there, they get something. A creature gets them. I'm not saying fatal, but like necessary. Like okay, like let's say like crab pinch and above, maybe, or like would you want to say like stingray or barracuda or above?
Isn't that like lines from the Alanis Morissette song? Ironic because the guy was afraid to take a flight, and then he took the flight for the first time, and then his plane crashed.
Yeah. But like, how many do you think that's ever happened?
I'm sure it has.
Like okay, like maybe a crab or something. I got pinched by a crab or stung by a jellyfish. I got stung by a jellyfish when I was a kid.
I think I did too. I think
and I got pinched. I got a crab stuck in the side of my hand for a good like 20 seconds.
Oh my god!
Because he wouldn't like his claw like got right in the. It was my own stupid fault. It's a different story, but it was like stuck in there, and I couldn't get him out of my hand.
That sounds awful.
Yeah, it was like in the moment. It didn't like really hurt. I was just like freaking out. Like there's this crab claw, like whole crab like stuck. It was big too.
Yeah, the ocean kind of sucks. Like like there's so many things like the seaweed floating around. Like and sometimes like there's shells.
Scary,
like,
I don't belong there.
You have to walk on the shells to get to the water sometimes.
Yeah, or sometimes you have sections of the beach. It's like all rocky. It's like, God knows what's down there. Freaking eels and what God only knows, man. I don't want to be in there if I can't see. I'm scared, man. I don't care what anybody thinks. I
still go in the ocean because I'm not worried about it. I used to swim in high school and college, so like I'm not worried about it. But to me, the thing to do if you go to the beach and like the boardwalk's right there and they have the hotels and the boardwalks, like sometimes you could just go into the hotel pool and like there's no one watching. Like you just walk in, and even if they have like a camera there, like what are they like? Who's going to see you in time? So like you just you go to the beach, you go to the hotel pool, chill out there for a little bit, and then you're on your way. So I've done that before. It's like I'm not a guest at this pool. I'll just chill out there.
That's awesome.
You just have to act like you belong. It's any facet of life. If you just act like you belong, like
especially nowadays when no one cares about anything, you think like the person, like unless it's like the manager maybe, But if you get, you know what I mean? And I'm not dogging people that do. I mean, apathy is always at an all-time high. So like, there's just like when I go out to eat, like I expect, like I have very low expectations. So there just might be someone that like doesn't care. Or they're like doing and whatever. I'm not like criticizing. It's just that's just the world,
Yeah.
you know. And so that would be easier to do than ever. But no, man, I'm scared. It wasn't because your hand the crab was stuck on. Yeah, that's right.
Yikes.
Yeah, no, it was. You know, I used to go crabbing with those collapsible chain nets, and you put a piece of raw chicken in the middle of it, and you tie it to the net. Like when you like set it down on the dock, and it collapses into itself, and like you lift it up. So then when you pull it up, like so it's flat on the floor, or if it's low enough in the bay or wherever you're crabbing, and then like when you pull it up, the crabs go to get the chicken. You pull it up, and they're caught in the it's like a bowl now. So I like threw this crab trap out and I like zoned out for what must have been, it felt like 15 minutes, like a literal 15 minutes, a long time. And I was like, hey, I should pull this up. And when I pulled it up, it was the biggest crab I had ever caught. But he wasn't completely in the chain net. Like he had his claw in the chicken, but his body was hanging out. But I was like slowly like getting him up there. Just like, just get him on the dock, you know. And of course, like like I said, he wasn't in the net. It was just his claw. So once he hit the dock, he let go with his claw. He let go of the chicken, and he started waddling off. And I was like, and he was right near the end of the dock, and he was almost going to get. I was like, this is the biggest crab I've ever caught. Like I can't let this get away. So I knew what I was doing. I just put my finger right on top of him to stop him, and he just went like right in the side. I brought it upon myself, but I was like, I can't lose this crab.
Right.
It was a big crab. I was like, I can't. This is the biggest crab I've ever caught. I can't lose it. And I'll never forget this. This sounds really horrible, what I'm about to say. I've gotten mixed reactions of like the few people I've told this story to. But like my dad was on the other side of the dock, like fishing or crabbing on his own. I'm like, Dad, like I need help. Like there's a freaking crab in my hand, you know? And my dad was smoking a cigar. He came like running over and like, this sounds terrible, but like when you see your child, like you need like help. Like my dad took the cigar and like put it in the crab's eyes, like to try to, to try to get him to let go. And then he just my dad ended up ripping his claw off. And then like we just had to pull it out. Like it was barbed, you know what they look like. Yeah. But yeah, like it was just so like in the moment my dad was like, you know, he's just like it's like a natural reaction. You're helping your kid, you know, but he was just like I'll never forget that. That's hilarious.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
The most astonishing part of that story is he said he zoned out for 15 minutes. I guess I zoned out for like a minute or two. Like minutes.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I think, you know, because I spent that extra time, that's you know, the crab came in, you know?
Yeah.
If I had waited any sooner, then, because I don't think he was the whole way in, he just had his claw in there.
That's true. Yeah, you needed the 15 minutes, apparently.
Yeah. Hey, I was thinking too, remember when people would be like, hey, like, no, you kids quit horsing around over there. Like, or, like you ever like work a job and like part of like the employee handbook, it's like no horseplay like in the office.
Yeah.
Like, how would you define horseplay?
I don't know if there's like a definition, or there should be like a handbook. You should ask your boss, be like, what do you define as horseplay?
I guess I'd say like light rough housing with no like intention, like no intention to harm, and like very little to no chance of like anyone getting seriously injured. Just like, you know, light rough housing and just like goofing around with no malicious intent. That's what I'd say horseplay is. I can't define it, but I know it when I see it, right? Don't I love to say that?
Right. Actually, I had that.
Yeah, horseplay. Like no horseplay over here. Like you ever see a sign? I haven't seen one in a long time, but like sometimes you might see like no loitering, no horseplay. You imagine like kicking the kids out of there. Hey, read a sign, no horseplay. Like, you imagine giving somebody that direction. Oh my God.
What if there's a store that doesn't have a no horseplay and the people are horseplaying? It's like, no, you guys, your kids are loitering, but no, we're horseplaying.
You kids quit horsing around. Oh man,
they're screwing around.
Yeah. You got the crab from the bar, the sandbar. Yeah. Hey Tom, thanks for joining. We appreciate you being here. I got stung by a jellyfish too. I must have been like 8 years old, and my uncle had a boat, and we went out in the Chesapeake Bay, you know, Maryland, and my brother and I were just like, we jumped out of the boat, like we stopped the boat, we jumped out, we were like swimming in the bay,
Mhm.
And I remember I looked over to my left and I saw like there was like this white string around my arm. And I was like, I looked over, I was like, oh, is there like litter like floating around in here? Like the water was
Yeah,
dark. So I was
yeah.
like, maybe, I thought there was like litter, like debris, like it was like a string. And so like I looked away and I was like, whatever, like it's not a big, and I looked over again and that string was still stuck next to me, like stuck on me. I was like, what is this? Like, what is on my arm? And I looked like farther to the left. It wasn't a string, it was a jellyfish tentacle. And it was only then that it started to hurt. When I realized what it was, when I thought it was a string, it didn't hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was just like, oh, like I was freaking out, of course. But like that, I wasn't like scared to get in the water after that. But now I am. I don't want to get in there, man. I had a friend who got bit by a shark in shin deep water.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, like he said he was just standing there, and he felt like this pressure on his ankle, and like he looked over and like this. He said like a baby shark was swimming away. Took like a little chunk out of his ankle.
Oh my god.
That's hard. Yeah. It was. I don't know, man. I don't want to go where I can't like see in the water anymore.
Yeah, I hear you. I still will go out. It's just because like there's no real alternative at the beach. Like it's either just sit there like in the sun, just like sweating away and feel miserable, and like sometimes you have to go to the bathroom. So like the alternative is either the ocean or you have to walk back to the boardwalk. And those bathrooms are usually disgusting. So ocean it is.
Yeah, man. I don't want to have I'm going to be 40 years old here this year. Like I don't want to have any encounters with weird ocean animals. Like I'm fascinated by the ocean. I love to watch like the specials with all the weird creatures. I certainly have an appreciation for it, but I don't belong in there. That's not my home. Like I don't need to be interacting with like sharks and stuff. And that's cool. The people who like to scuba dive and all that. Not me, man. I'd be so scared. I'd be scared, man. I don't care. I can't do it. I'm like the opposite of an adrenaline junkie.
It's like sit and watch paint dry and watch grass grow.
Yeah,
that's how you like to enjoy your day.
Play in NFL contests.
Yes. Well, that actually gives you adrenaline, doesn't it? Like,
oh yeah, no, for
you're
sure.
basically, you basically just want to be Jay Cutler, just like standing there, like not doing anything. I told you, Jay Cutler. I think I told you Jay Cutler was on some sort of sort of like Real Housewives show, because like his wife Kristen Cavallari, and like she was having this huge party or something, like all these people came over and Jay's just standing there. It doesn't look like he wants to be there, and some guy comes up to him and is like, hi Jay, like there's a gay guy shake his hand, he's like he just shakes his hand, it just like is this like glazed over look on his eyes. It's like I don't want to be here. Why these people?
Hey, who do you think won the Cutler Orton trade?
Oh, it's definitely Cutler.
The Bears?
The Bears getting Cutler. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, that was a huge debate back then. Which I don't know. I mean, Jay Cutler actually had talent. Orton was just a game manager type of backup, like high end backup guy. Whereas like Cutler, he had like the meme was the smoking Jay Cutler, because like he looked like he didn't give an F, but like he was much more talented than Orton.
You trust in Orton, fisherman. Oh, can't make it eat. You're afraid of drowning. You won't go on a cruise. Yeah, I don't blame you. I've gone on 3 cruises in my life, but I haven't gone on one since 2011. I don't think I'd go on another one.
I've never been on one. It feels, first of all, it feels so claustrophobic. Like you can't go anywhere outside of the boat. I don't know. Maybe I'd feel differently if I tried it, but it's just like the thought of it I don't like. And second, like I need to run my website. Like I don't think I'd have good Wi-Fi from the boat.
Right.
No, so it's going to work.
No, I get the latter part that you said there. Look, I did have fun on them. When I went, the one I went on one in 1999. It was like 25 of like our extended friends and family. And I was in 8th grade, so like I couldn't really do much. Like I wasn't drinking or anything. And then I went on one in 2009. Like a lot of our family went. It was that was fun. Like I met a girl on the, I was a single guy. Like I met a girl on the cruise. Like we had a good time, and I was back in my drinking days, so I was partying and just like, doing whatever. And then I went on one in 2011, same thing. I didn't, it was still fun, but I don't think I'd do it again. It's just like a weird, like I never even, when we got to the destinations, I didn't even want to get off the boat. It's like,
oh really?
Yeah, I mean, I did, but I don't know. They're all right. I mean, if you like to eat like me, it's they feed you like every 30 minutes. I mean, you can eat anytime you want. Yeah, but I haven't drank for over 5 years now, and like, that's not. This sounds wrong. It's like I just don't think it would be that fun for me. Like, I'm not really like a pool guy. Like, I'll go to the beach, but I don't know. I don't really like the pool.
I'm a big pool guy. I'll stay by the pool like the entire day, like if I can. Generally, like it's usually too busy. Like even when I go to Vegas, like by myself, like usually the first day I'm with Andy signing up for the contest, and then I go to like the different sports books and I get all their papers and I look at all the different lines and whatnot. And then second and third day, I'm usually like doing that stuff or writing jerks of the week entries, because usually I run into like a lot of stuff that's worth writing about. And then like I try to get that stuff done as quickly as possible so I could go to the pool and like spend as much time there. So I justify
I remember you being at the pool won me $1,000 one time.
It did? What happened?
When we met, this was, geez, oh my God, dude, this is almost a decade ago. When we met in Vegas in 2016, when you and your wife were out there, and I was like, you were staying at the Vidara right next to Mandalay Bay,
Delano.
Delano, yeah, Vidara's somewhere else, yeah, the Delano, yeah, right next to Mandalay Bay there. So I was like, hey, like I'm here because I was gonna meet you there. I was like, I'm here like at Mandalay because they shared the same lobby. And you were like, oh, yeah, like we're just down at the pool. I was like, that's cool. Like, I'll just be at the bar here, like just take your time, And I was over there playing video poker and I hit a royal flush while I was waiting for you.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's $1,000.
I actually think I remember that.
Yeah. I was like, no way, dude.
That's awesome.
I was just playing like, like 5 credits sort of thing, like drinking free beers and stuff. And it was just like, no freaking way. We had a good time, man. That was a good night.
That was a good night. We got next time you're on the next Friday, I'll have to bring that football cup. Remember we got that football cup with
that's right.
Well, I don't even know what alcohol was in it.
It didn't matter.
No, it didn't matter. But like we it was filled with like some sort of alcohol, and I still have it in my kitchen. Whenever like we have parties here, well, we don't have parties anymore, but when we did have parties, I would like break it out and like use it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And no, it was a good time. And then we went to the Heart Attack Grill, and I got spanked by a hot nurse.
That's right, man.
You filmed it. You filmed that one, right?
Yeah, I did. That was it was a great time, man.
Yeah, I've shown that video to my son. He's like, Daddy, show me again. Daddy, show me again.
Well, that was because I spent 10 weeks in Vegas that summer. That was I can truly, that was probably like the best time of my life.
Really?
That summer was like definitely like I can't believe that was almost 10 years ago now. It'll be 10 years ago in May, because I remember I flew in there on Cinco de Mayo. But no, like I was like working a lot, and I was hourly, and I was making like a lot of overtime, and I was still drinking back then, and I was partying. I won like a whole bunch of money gambling too.
Yeah.
And it's just like I got to meet Selena Gomez.
Oh yeah, you remember?
Yeah. It was just, and like I saw you out there. I saw like a couple other my friends, like 3 other friends, like from all like different circles, like happened to be out there, and like I got to see them all while I was out there. It was a great time. You being one of the 4, but it's just like I was single. I was meeting women. Like it was just like everything was coming up Tommy.
Yeah,
everything was coming up Quacky. I couldn't lose. It was a great run. You got to enjoy it while you can. So that was definitely the best summer of my life. 2016.
Awesome. I'd say 2012 was probably the best summer of my life.
And the Penguins won the Stanley Cup too, I might add. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I wasn't gonna like really delve into it, but that 4 years ago, that was the best summer of my life. Like all my friends were hanging out and stuff like that. That was also the summer I went to Colorado. And
wait, what year was this? What year is this?
2012.
Oh, 2012. Okay.
Yeah. So No, that was just an awesome year. That was turned 30 that summer. And I remember some of my friends were, still in their 20s. And I remember my friend Gary, he hands me a birthday card on my birthday. And he's like, hey, Walt, read this. I'm like, okay. So I open it. And he's like, the card read something like, you're 30, you're old. I'm like, oh, man. Because I was like the first person in our group of friends to turn 30. Well, it's actually second, second. But so anyway, I felt bad about that. Now I'm thinking like, man, my 30s are all gone. Like they're all gone. Like what happened? I'm in the mid 40s.
It's wild. It's
it's
crazy. I don't know. I still feel very young. I'll be 40 this year. I still feel like I'm like 28, but
keep feeling that way, I guess.
Yeah.
Or, I don't know.
I'm doing all right. I've been the last like 7 months. I've been lifting very I'm the strongest I've ever been in my life. That's for sure. Oh. I can bench and squat more than my body weight.
Wow, so, I'm the weakest I've been in a long time.
But I'm not like I still have like a gut, but this is like the strongest I've ever been in my life by far.
Yeah,
so, I don't know. I'm doing all right.
Yeah, I don't get to go to the gym too much with my kids, which is okay. It's fun to hang out with them, but the drawback is that I don't really get to work out. Like I go once a week. And I have to do some cardio because I want to keep my weight down. So I swim, but I have a busted ankle, so I can't really swim all that much. So it kind of sucks. And I have weights here. So I have my wife's weights. Like the heaviest I have are 25-pound dumbbells. Mm-hmm. So if I want to do like bench presses here, I do like 120 reps of them.
Right, yeah, because it's so that's
it's
funny.
Just so repetitive and takes so long. It's just like such a nuisance.
No,
I just don't want to do it. I want to get my 12 reps in and just be done with it. Not 120 reps. It's crazy.
Yeah, no, that's pretty funny actually. But I have been lifting like pretty heavy. Like I do like working sets. Like I can almost do 300. Like I do working sets with 290 like squats. But it's just like I thought of this the other day. I was like, I think I'm just gonna get to 300 and then be like, I'll just work. I'm not going to go any higher than that. Like I'm going to be 40 years old. What am I going to keep going until I can squat 450 and like win Mr. Universe? Like no. Like
you should go to 600 actually, because that's what Jalen Hurts squats. And then if you do 600, you could be signed as a tush pusher.
That's true. That's true. What's this? Whoever said they didn't want Quacky on the show? Did somebody say that? That's somebody did once. I can't think of his name. That's just pure Hey, I appreciate it, Dom. Yeah, we like to have fun. Yeah, I can't remember. No, I like that guy though that says I love when people troll me, man.
That's fun. I love trolling people too.
It doesn't like I always liked everyone that ever trolled me when I streamed. I ended up following me. Like I don't know. I can enjoy it. Like so I don't know. It's just words on a screen. Like I don't know. Like someone like one of the first times I ever did the show, and I was definitely like green then. I was like very like, oh, this is all about football. Like like I was nervous too. I was nervous a little bit, but now it's turned into something so much different where we're like out here dicking around half the time. And that's what makes it. That's what makes this. Yeah, that's what makes this episode or like this show like unique. But like someone once said like I have no balls or like. It was the same guy. He said, "What did he say? That am I either? I'm like drunk." He's like, "Is this guy drunk or something?" And I was just like, "No, I haven't drank in 5 years, man." Yeah, I'm just. What's funny is like I think since I quit, I've gotten wackier since I quit drinking.
Is it really?
Oh, yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I just think of look at the nonsense you see from me. It's we have a great time, and it's just like. I don't know. Like I just have like a more like absurdist like sense of humor since I quit drinking. I guess I'll say, Mike, thanks for being here, man. Appreciate you.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And actually, we were actually talking about this with Evan last night. I think it was before we started recording, but like his kids were in the room because they have winter break, and they as soon as like his camera went on, they like hid because like they didn't want to be on camera. And I remember he's like they're scared, they want to be on the show. And I'm like, well, when you do it for the first time, like you're always going to be like either scared or anxious or, like I remember recording our first episode ever on this show, which was back in I want to say like 2013, maybe. I did it with Matt Vi, who Andy knows. I know. So Andy was comments here earlier. Matt, I don't want to say his last name, but he used to be Andy used to be his proxy. And so Matt was my original co-host on the show. And I remember like the first episode we did, I was like, I like re-listened to it and I was like, this is so bad. I was like, what was I doing? Like I screwed up a name. I think I screwed up like who the Titans head coach was because I was like drawing a blank because it's like it's the first time you're just like you feel like you have a million things to say but you don't know like how to say it. It's just like it just like overthinking things.
Yeah, you called Al Harris Al Jackson.
And I said the office got debacled.
Yeah, it's funny too because like I did, I was a musician and I was never nervous like when I did music or like the act, the little bit of acting that I did. Yeah. But like even when you do something new, like I remember like I worked at Publix, the grocery store, part-time, just once a week after I graduated college. Just because like I don't know, like everyone said it was cool to work there. I worked there for a year and a half, just cashier, just like ringing people up. I just wanted to talk to everybody that came through. It was like fun for me. And plus everyone said it was a cool place to work. It was a cool place to work. So anyhow,
why was it a cool place to work?
I just had a great time there, and the people were really good, and I was fun. I got to interact with all the customers like coming through. I could have conversations. You know me, I never shut up, so
yeah,
I was perfect for it. But it was just I don't know, it was just fun. It's something I wanted to try out. But I remember like the first time they're like, okay, like you're gonna bag the groceries. I was nervous as a college graduate. I was like slightly nervous to bag the groceries. I don't know why. I mean, it subsided after like the first one, and actually it was funny. The first person was someone I kind of knew. The first person ever, yeah, it was one of my good buddies down here. I was in his wedding party, and they go to his church, and they were at the wedding. I didn't know them then, but then I saw it. I was like, wait, I know you, like, and they're like, oh yeah, you're at his wedding, like yeah. So, but I was like, still, it's just so funny. Like, you're right. Like, it's just, I guess that's just like was something new, but like, I don't know why I wasn't nervous. But I was just like, I don't know, like I just felt like odd, I guess, it takes adjusting, new things take adjusting to, even if you like feel like you've done, like for all the time, like I think I'm a really good speaker, but then like, I don't know, sometimes I'll watch this show and it's like, I can't stop like stumbling and like mumbling over my words. It's horrible. And I'm like, do I really sound that bad?
I haven't heard you say that thing, but going back to like bagging groceries and stuff.
Yeah.
I found that because I worked at a dollar store when I was coming out of college for about like 6 months until I got a real job. And I felt like bagging my groceries is maybe so much better at bagging my own groceries when I go to the supermarket. I'm like so fast. And you see these people like, whoa, I put this. Like I'm just like, boom, 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 boom. I'm like done in like 2 minutes, or even less. Like I was like a full shopping cart. Like, and I know like how to group everything, like all the cold stuff, like everything.
Yeah.
It's just like a skill that that you get. So anyone should bag groceries for like a half a year or something.
Yeah, I'll tell you one somewhat intimidating thing. It's going to sound so dumb is when people would ask for double paper bag.
Oh my god!
You got to put one paper bag in the other one, dude. It's not easy to do.
That's terrible.
Yeah, like it's just like once you get it in there, like there is a way, but like you have to like maneuver that thing around to like kind of return it to its shape. And it just holds up the line. It's so like I'm not hating on people that if you're one that does consistently does double paper bag, like
I'll hate them.
It's just no, I'm not trying to like throw any shade, but it's like it definitely holds up the line like sometimes. And then then someone can say, well, learn to double paper bag better, Quacky. Okay, that's fair too. But it's so rare, and it's just like, how do you practice that without having like wasting the double paper bag? I don't know. Because hardly anyone would get paper anyway.
I think the people who get I'll throw shade. The people who get double paper bag are mentally deranged individuals. Who wants paper bags? They just rip. They're terrible. And at least you're getting double paper bag. But like, why would you want paper bag in the first place? Like, okay, if you're like, okay, environment, I don't want plastic bags. Just bring your own bags. Like what are you doing with paper bags? Yeah. Yeah, my wife does that all the time when she does grocery shopping. Like,
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. Like,
yeah, we usually like I do like 50-50, you know, like 1 week she'll do it, 1 week I'll do it, and like I don't care about the environment. I'll just use all the paper bags I want because I need them to clean up my dog's poop anyway, you know, so they have like double usage.
Right. Yeah, I use them for different things too.
Yeah. So I'm like, I don't care, but like if I did care, I would just bring my own bags. Paper bags are the worst. They just rip all the time. And like it's like spaghetti sauce in one of them bags, one of the paper bags at one time. And it's just like it's just walking home. It just ripped out and it's like splashed all over the street. Bags. It's a stupid grocery store didn't have plastic bags. Paper, plastic. No, never paper. Paper is terrible.
Yeah, and the double paper, it just takes a while to master, you know, the double paper like that. Like I don't care if you use paper bags, that's fine, but the double paper, and especially like when they have like a trillion groceries, you want like you can hardly fit anything in those like the paper bags anyway. I feel like, you know like so it's like you want double for like $300 worth of groceries. Like I don't know.
I would love to do a video. I used to do these videos all the time. I think I told you when I was in college, we had this class. It was a speech class for some reason. Like we had to do we had to do these like I don't know, they're like skits or something like that. But they were like, for example, I had to I volunteered to do everything because like it was like everyone in my group was a freshman. I was a senior, and because I just transferred, changed majors. And so like everyone was like timid, and I was like, I don't give a damn. I'll just do whatever you guys ask me to do. So in public, so for example, this is a sort of example. So this like pretty girl was sitting like doing her homework or something. So my is basically we're shooting a video to see how people would interact in awkward situations. So I sat down like right next to her, and I didn't say a word. I was like purposely did not say anything. I just sat down and she looked at me and she's like, okay. She's like, probably thinking like, why is this guy sitting right next to me? And then like 10 seconds later, I like lean over a little bit and lean over a little bit and lean over a little bit and lean over a little bit. And like by the end, I was like on her papers. I still was not saying anything. And so
it's like an Impractical Joker skit. Like
sort of.
Okay. I got you.
Right. And so eventually she just left. She just left. And then I was like, well, I guess I'm leaving now too. And so we were reviewing the footage, and like she had some guy like 10 minutes later. Some guy came with her. Apparently, she brought him over to like say something to me, but I wasn't there anymore.
Yeah. Well.
So anyway.
Yeah. I mean, I always blame her, but.
What'd you say?
I can't say I blame her, but like
no, yeah, of course. But like no, so I would always like to do these awkward videos. I would love to like test the limits of a grocery store or something like that. You know, you just mentioned double bag. What if you're like, can you quadruple paper bag?
Oh yeah.
Like, how many bags do you think you could possibly get for someone to do it for you? Can I have octuple plastic bag?
Yeah. This isn't like super bag giveaway here at the grocery store.
But at what point would the employee say no? You can't. Like it's not like they own the store either. So it's not like they're the ones losing money out of it. You know?
Yeah. I mean, I think I don't know. I think after like 3, I could like provide like physical evidence to you, like, look, this doesn't make sense, you know, like hold the bag in front of your face. So you're talking about paper bags, paper, not plastic. It's so
if I were the acting one, I'd be like, yeah, but the customer's always right, sir. I would really like quadruple paper bag.
Yeah. I remember I was like I just worked there once a week, but you know. It's simple enough job. I really liked it, you know. And they were like, okay, like this. There's this young lady that worked there, maybe like 19 years old, and she was training to be a cashier. She had only done bagging, like she was, you know, young girl. She's like, it was her first job, and she was like, I was gonna bag for her while she did cashier, and like I was there to like kind of help her out in case there was a mistake, and like she did such a good job, but like. She was like, they're very strict about IDs, like for alcohol. And this guy came through. This guy was easily in his 80s. This guy was easily in his 80s. And I felt I had to chuckle, but like, she was like, can I see your ID? you know, like she was new and she was learning, and like I definitely like appreciated like she was trying to do the right thing, you know.
Right.
But I like this guy had one foot in the grave and the other on a banana peel, and she's asking him for his ID. He's like, he just kind of looked at me like funny, and he's just like, okay, and he handed it to her. And then I told her afterwards, I was like, hey, like I really like appreciate like your, you know, you're like you trying to do the right thing. I was like, but you only need to like if you think they're under 40. I was like, that guy for sure. Like you don't need to worry. And she was like, oh, okay, like I thought so, but like I don't know. I mean, at least you know she's trying to do the right thing. But that was so funny the way the guy looked at me. I mean, this guy was like, he was like at least 81.
Well, maybe that made his day, you know. I was like, oh, she thinks I'm a young stud.
Well, well, see, I used to do that with like the women who are, you know, the attractive like 40 or 45-year-old women.
There we go.
You know, that look
here.
Yeah, that could probably pass for like 35. You know, I'm like, oh, can I see your ID? Oh, I'd love to make them smile.
Yeah.
You know, so it was nice. You know, I'm just having fun and interacting with people. It's
this is how you met the women on these cruises, huh?
No, just and not, you know, just being free. You know how I am. I'm just friendly and like.
See, like a 45-year-old woman's like, oh, what college you go to?
Oh man, no, I had a good time working there. It was good fun.
Yeah,
but anyhow. Man, what do you think about these games? I got some interesting. What's the 55-50? Okay. Oh, sorry. We got some stuff
what do you think about these comments that we're going to read?
Oh, yeah. What do we got? We got paper bags here for the Jets fans, Mike Hartle says.
Yeah, that is the only way, because if you put a plastic bag over your head, it's generally not going to end well. So I think your paper bag is probably better. We live near a huge Arby's that offers exclusives. Apparently, other Arby's don't. They have the rotisserie chicken, zucchini muffin, special desserts. That's incredible. I always thought, like another one of skits, I always thought of like going to McDonald's, like, I would like your lobster bisque, please. It's before kiosks. I just want to like film the reactions. Like, we don't have that
here. You know, there are some very like unique McDonald's menu items. I've seen like collage or, you know, not collage videos, just like video essays is what I'm trying to say about like discontinued McDonald's items. They had like pizza, and I think I want to say they had tacos or something. Or they tried, it didn't work.
Really? I don't remember that.
Yeah,
that would be interesting.
The pizza they definitely had for sure.
Yeah. I don't recall that, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't remember it either, but I definitely remember them, you know, talking about that. So
Andy says it is a bad sign when your great frequency of visiting Arby's is that your spending is included in your annual revenue projections. It's like we have a Q3 report here. We had Tom visited 4 times.
Yeah, he's like responsible for like 10% of the business.
We had to drop off in Tom visits this quarter, 27 in the last quarter, 25 in this
quarter.
Yeah.
Oh my god, man.
The best thing about Arby's chicken cordon bleu. Never had that.
Never had it. I don't know. I'm not too much into the cordon bleu, but I'm glad you enjoy it.
Burger King's getting catfish. Looks good from a distance. It was really not good. I said that I had been in a Burger King because my niece's birthday was there, but I still haven't had Burger King food, which was odd. You would think that like, and I'm not blaming my sister-in-law's listening. I would do the same thing, honestly, but it's still like very strange. I don't know how you feel about this. Let me tell you, but like at her party at Burger King, you would think that. What food do you think they'd have?
Burgers and fries.
That's what I thought. But they had pizza. They ordered for Pizza Hut or something. I'm like, what? Why would you just have food? And I'm thinking, like, it was just like, weird to me at first. And I'm like, this food sucks, right? So why would you just have pizza? Pizza's cheaper, and it's like more conducive to like children's, you know, parties, because you can cut a pizza into 8. You can't cut a burger into 8, right? So it makes sense. Right? Yeah.
How did they arrange this? Did they purchase any items from Burger King?
It was people that brought drinks and stuff like that, but they rented out a room in Burger King. This is like it's the weirdest Burger King I've ever seen, because they had a huge play place, they had a playground on top of that outside, and then they had this like room for parties. It was like a mega Burger King. It was like an Emperor King. It was weird. I'd never seen
Burger King.
Burger Emperor. Sorry, Burger Emperor.
Yeah.
It was the weirdest thing ever. So Yeah, so they had Pizza Hut or maybe Little Caesars. Can't remember which one, but
wow, that's so wild.
So my point is that like even though I've been in a Burger King, I haven't had Burger King food in in decades. So I'll have to try it. I don't know. Everyone says it sucks, but I like to be contrarian, so maybe I'll think it's great or something.
Maybe I'll order a Whopper right now to be delivered, and then I'll eat it here on the show.
You should. Well, next week we should both get Whopper. The problem is we get the Whoppers, they'd be cold by the time we start the show. It would be tough. I mean, if you got it delivered, you could do it.
Yeah, you could order it on Uber Eats, and pay like $50 extra.
$50, yeah.
Sometimes it's not horrible if you get like a coupon or something. I very rarely use it.
I couldn't do it because someone ring the doorbell and my kids will wake up. So that would not be good.
Oh, well, you just track them on the phone. I meet them outside because I don't want people like knocking on the door and stuff. I don't know. Isn't that so weird? Remember, like when we were kids? I mean, I know this is canon on some level in some circles, but like kids in the neighborhood would like knock on the door and like ring the doorbell, like, oh, like you hang out. Now it's like if someone's knocking on my door, like someone came to my door, it's just like who knows what the hell they're selling, windows or solar panels or like they come door to door sometimes to like knock on your door. Oh, are you the homeowner? Like, are you interested in the solar panels? Why are you coming to knock on my door and do that? Don't do that.
We had these like weird insect spray people come around. They're like, "Do you have bugs in your basement?" I'm like, "Yeah, I guess sometimes." Like you probably have holes in your walls. You need this fixed. And I always say like, my excuse is I always like use my wife. And she's like, "Sorry, we use another company." I'm like, which company? I'm like, I don't know. It's my wife's friend, so I'm obligated. And if we use your company, my wife will not talk to me. So like, okay, that's like the best. That's the best excuse ever,
dude. That's great. Wait, but she doesn't really have a friend that has a company, right?
No, she's not even there to hear it. I don't think I ever told her I used her as an excuse.
Dude, that's great. You know what I always say? Yeah. Like for like the oil on a different level, like with the oil change. I hate how they always try to like upsell you on the oil change. And they're like, oh, like, it's always the air filter, right?
They always try to screw you over.
It's I mean, of course, if it was something like vital, I'd get it done. But it's always like something like you don't like. They try to like guilt you. There are a few times in my life where I'll just like say to them so that I get off the hook. I'm just like, I can barely afford to pay for the oil change today, man. I don't care. I don't want any more follow-up questions. Just do it and ring me up. Let's just be done. I don't want to get into this. I hate, like, especially you get one that hits you with the bro act. I don't get down with the bro act, man. Yo, man, like, how you doing? It's like, just change the oil and like, don't like try to like. I hate that like upsell. Like, I'm like the worst person to sell to. I'm the worst person to sell to. I can't stand that. I think it's so condescending.
Yeah.
How did I get on this? I promise I'm a pleasant guy, everyone.
Well, we're
talking about the door to door in the exterminators.
Yeah. That is my.
That's a good excuse, though.
It is, and actually, it was legit one time for my wedding. So this is, I got like accosted at my wedding by someone who was is a photographer. He owns a photography company. And he waited till like I was alone for a second, which I'm never alone at your wedding. But like for a split second I was alone. He just like bumps into me. He's like, Walt, I'm really disappointed in you that you didn't use me as your photographer. And I'm like, well, my wife's friend.
You use it at your wedding?
Yes.
Dude, that's freaking hilarious. My wife's friend. Dude, that's a great excuse. It's a great excuse.
That's because, like, happy wife, happy life.
Yeah.
People know you don't want to piss off your wife.
That's freaking hilarious. Your wedding day, you're using that. That's freaking great, man.
Yeah. I can't
believe that someone would do that. Yeah, the nerve.
At my wedding. I can understand, like, later. Why? I'm like, if like the nicest way to do it is like, hey, what? Like, just out of curiosity, like, no offense, but like, why didn't you use me as your photographer? If he said that, I'd be like, okay. Like, he just like like accosted, he like trapped me in a corner. It's like, well, I'm really disappointed that you didn't use me as your photographer. And like, well, my wife's friend.
That's a violation on his part.
I know.
That's definitely a violation.
I thought that was rude.
Yeah, that really is. And like, also, I think you could have also gone with, well, I wanted, like, how do you know? Is he like an acquaintance or like a buddy, or just be like, oh, well, I wanted you to enjoy the wedding, not have to work.
Yeah. If I wasn't so drained, maybe I could have used that as an I don't know. I mean, I think he would have came back saying, he's like, oh, it's my business, because I don't know, whatever. It was ridiculous. But,
but I think you'd be off the hook with that excuse too.
Yeah, I think so, probably.
Yeah, I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah.
You want there was this teacher at my school. I'm obviously not gonna say name. Like he ran or he was the soccer coach.
Mm-hmm.
And when like his mother unfortunately passed away, this is like decades ago, like when I was in school.
Yeah.
And the guy that ran the funeral home was like the father of one of the kids from the team. And like at his mother's funeral, he was like, hey, like, I know this isn't like the best time, but like, we kind of talk about my son, like being on, like making the team. Mm-hmm. It's like, dude, how do you do that? Like at the guy's funeral for his mom, like talk about like, oh, like, will you make sure like my son makes the team?
Yeah.
What's the matter with you?
What's
the matter with you? Like, I don't know. The worst part is that photographer was crashing your wedding. Yeah, dude. The gall of some people, man.
Yeah.
That's what do you think's worse? That, or I don't know if you guys remember the story that Walt told at the diner where you didn't order any food and then they wanted you to split the check evenly instead of splitting it with what you just had, and they're like, yeah, Walt cheaped out on us. That is so freaking egregious, man.
I still can't believe that guy.
Walt cheaped out on us. It's like
I had mono and I couldn't eat. I was like, just felt so sick. The only reason I went out is like my girlfriend is like, hey, please come out. Like, I don't know these people. I'm like, fine. Like, all I ordered was a soda. That was it. And like,
and you paid for hers too.
Yeah, I paid for her meal. Yeah, I didn't pay for my. Like, oh, there's 8 people. Only 7 people paid. Like, yeah, because the 8th person didn't order food.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. That doesn't.
I paid for my soda.
Yeah, that's Walt cheaped out on us. Yeah, I don't know. Which do you think is worse, that or the photographer bandit?
So, in the photographer's defense, like that's his job, So if he really thought he was going to get like this work from us, and wedding photographers are expensive, so and if he was like counting on this money coming in, I don't know his financial situation. So if like this caused him like any hardship accidentally, like even if like I didn't even know about it, like I can understand why he'd be mad. I just don't like you could like contact me beforehand or after, not on the day of my wedding.
Yeah, I know, right? It's so like, man, you think maybe he was really holding on to that?
I think he was, because we haven't seen them since. We haven't seen them since. They were friends of the family. We haven't seen them. We see them all the time. We haven't seen them since.
Oh my god!
I know it's caused like a rift in like that part of the family. So,
oh my. And you still hit him with the my wife's friend. Dude, this is brilliant, man.
That's the best excuse.
This is hilarious. This is hilarious. I'm sorry, I'm not laughing at your expense because it just sounds like it sucks too. But
yeah, we did have an open bar. I just didn't really get to drink all that much. I drank before the wedding. I didn't really get to like. You don't really get to drink during the wedding. I think I told you when because like. When it's it's like everyone's coming up to you like left and right, and so I finally get my food. I sit down, and the wedding planner is like, "Okay, you have to go here in 3 minutes." I'm like, I just sat down. Yeah, I didn't have to eat that chance to eat yet. She's like, "Okay, 5 minutes." So it's like stuffing into my mouth as quickly as possible because like you have to go to the next thing and the next thing. And like we left like at like the 2/3 way point of the wedding. My wife and I we left to take more pictures. And it's like, why don't you just take pictures of us hanging out with our friends and family? Like that would make more sense. But like, no, you have to pose with this tree. It's like, Like, ah, man, maybe I should ask that other guy to take over.
Seriously, you could have given them the stipulations ahead of time. Like, no tree pictures like after the wedding's already begun.
Like during the wedding, like and the pictures before the wedding were so bad because not the pictures weren't bad themselves. I mean, like because it was. I don't know if you remember that day. It was like 90 and humid. It was brutal. It was brutal. And like we were just outside for like 3 hours just taking pictures. I was so dehydrated. It was awful. Just like, hey, look this way, look that way, stand in front of this tree, stand in front of this brook. Like, so come on, man, can we take a break here? It's so bad. And then it just happened to downpour like the very second we were supposed to go down the aisle.
Yeah, I remember that.
People ran inside to the barn and then we had our ceremony there.
Mm-hmm. I remember. Yeah. Jeez.
Yeah. It was like yesterday. It was almost 8 years ago. It was 7.5 years ago at this point.
Holy cow! 8 months in March. Jeez, oh man.
In May.
In May, I mean, yes, I knew what I meant. I'm just
8 years in May.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Geez, time's going fast. Time
goes faster. Friends of whose family you thought it was her family, she thought it was your family. No, it was my side of the family, not hers. We did actually. Speaking of wedding crashers, like we're walking around and like some people, like this couple comes up to us, they're like, oh, congratulations. It's like, oh, thank you so much, thanks for coming, etc. And then they walk away, and I'm like, I have no idea who that is. And she's like, and my wife's like, I don't know either. Like, wait,
maybe they're like friends plus ones or something.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
Getting a feeling by the time it's a Rams Bears game, they're going to be kick off in Denver. Well, we can be challenged here. That's part of the 24. Surprise! Yeah. It's the 24-hour live stream.
Yeah, it's the 24-hour live stream we promised you for the last 3 years.
Right.
Right, man.
How about we get to the games? What do you think?
Let's get right into it, man. It's the battle of the beasts, the Bills and the Broncos.
I was about to say I wanted to treat this like the well, first of all, is the Bronco a beast? I wouldn't consider a Bronco a beast.
It's a beast of sorts. It's an animal. It's a wild, untamed beast.
Who could tame
that beast? Would I say that about what?
Can you say that about humans though? Like especially men, like some people are like, oh, he's such a beast, like.
Yeah. Okay. Well, the term beast is relative, but it's not a. Yeah. I don't know. Well, I guess maybe this will just have to be a game without a special name.
It could be Texans Patriots could be Battle of the Beasts, right?
Texans Battle of the Beasts. I guess.
It's a husky guy in Houston and a husky revolutionary guy. They're both the beasts in a sense. Rams and Bears are both beasts. And
that's true.
Seahawks is the only sketchy one. I don't know if you consider a Seahawk a beast, but a 49er could certainly be a beast. So we have our septuplet of beasts in the divisional round.
Let me tell you what, I really hope if it ends up being Broncos and Texans in the AFC Championship game, they call it the Battle of the Cattle.
Oh my God,
the Battle of the Cattle would be awesome.
The cattle. Oh man, we have to make new shirts now. Come on. Things have been saying around these parts since the Battle of the Cattle.
Yeah. Oh my God, these kids look like they like to have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Well, let's get into this Bills and Broncos game. Hey, I'm here to tell you. So for those of you who don't know, back in like May or June, I parlayed the Carolina Hurricanes money line, SGA on the Thunder to go over 31.5 points. And the third leg of the parlay is the Buffalo Bills to win the Super Bowl. It's $5 to win 200. So I'm rooting for the Bills. And I'll tell you what, I originally had said last week that I wasn't on the show because I was sick, but that the winner of that Jags-Bills game is going to go to the Super Bowl. I don't know if I still feel the same way because let me tell you something. I was Bills all the way until earlier today. It's just, I just feel like no one's given the Broncos a chance, man. I don't know. And I know, I think they're frauds too. It's well documented. We've talked about it all year long. Think about games like against the Giants or like they barely won against the Texans. Even like the Chiefs with Oladokin.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, are they more like a team now? They have a pretty good defense, but are they more like a team like the Packers that can kind of pour like Green? I lied about the Bears for a reason, by the way. When they're down 15, I've been saying it. If I said it once, I said it a trillion times. Man, the Packers can't shut the freaking door on anybody. They just can't slam the door on teams. And Denver, with the exception of a couple games, is in a similar boat. They're just I don't know. And that's why this line has gone back and forth as a 1 seed, where it's been a pick 'em or +1. I think now what is it now? 1.5.
Yeah, I believe it's 1.5. I just checked like 2 hours ago.
Yeah,
so.
but I mean, as a 1 seed now. When was the last time we had? I mean, I know they're favored now, but at one point they're a dog here. When was the last time a number 1 seed was a dog, save for the Eagles, who had a backup quarterback? I mean, nothing's changed with this Broncos team. They're supposed to be number 1. Like, I don't know. I just think everyone's in Buffalo's corner, and I am too. But I mean, we've seen the Bills' defense be suspect at times.
Mm-hmm.
And then if I don't know if like the Bills can't get any offense going, or they're struggling at all, like maybe there's a chance the Broncos. And also, like, do you have this is not something I've really heard, but is this playoff revenge for last year too? Like, I feel like I mean, yeah, it was just the first round, and it was Bo Nix's first playoff game. When remember the Broncos scored the first touchdown that game and then didn't score again. I think it was like 34-7 or something. And when the Bills beat them, so I don't know. Is there that angle for Denver too? I don't know. This just seems weird. I think I do like the Bills, but they seem too easy to me. If I'm going to bet this game, I'm taking the Broncos or nothing. I actually changed my tune a little bit. So I don't know. I just feel like no one's giving them a chance.
I don't know if you're overthinking things. It seems like, I don't know. The only worry I have for the Bills is Josh Allen's injuries, and he was limited on Tuesday. This is different than what he was last week when he was practicing full all week, and we didn't know if his knee would be able to hold up, and it did. He like ran pretty early, so that's my only worry here, is if Josh Allen is not healthy. But if Josh Allen's healthy, the Bills I think are definitely a lot better than the Broncos. They've been all year. They're a top tier team. The Broncos are just a slightly above average team. Everyone talks about their defense. I challenge anyone who thinks the Broncos defense is good to look up how they've done against good quarterbacks all year. They've been shredded by every good quarterback they've gone against. Remember Trevor Lawrence in week 16? Like he had 4 touchdowns in that game. The week before, even though the Packers lost, Jordan Love had scored 26 against them before Christian Watson and Zach Tom went down with injuries. And then other quarterbacks have done well as well too. I think the only one who didn't do well was Patrick Mahomes, and we know what his supporting cast was like this year. But and I think that he lost several linemen in that game. I believe I think it was that game. So that was the only good quarterback they went against this year who did not have a good game. Even Marcus Mariota threw all over them. So I think that the Bills, as long as Josh Allen's healthy, the Bills should be able to win this game. And Buffalo's weakness is something Denver can't exploit. Like, Denver can't run the ball. They even against backup Charger players in week 18, or the Chiefs who just quit on the season week 17. Like, RJ Harvey could not run the ball against those teams. And like, yeah, I know Buffalo's run defense is awful, which maybe could get better with that Oliver coming back, but like, they just haven't been able to stop the run. But like, the Broncos can't run. So given that Denver can't exploit Buffalo's main weakness, I feel like that really gives Buffalo a big edge. So I'm not too worried about that. And you mentioned the Eagles versus the Falcons as a number 1 seed, or at least a home team in the divisional round of the playoffs having being an underdog. It's actually happened 2 other times. In 2013, the Panthers were home dogs to the 49ers, and they ended up losing 23-10. And the 49ers 2 years earlier were home dogs to the Saints, but they won 36-32. So it's 2-1 against the spread. These home dogs in week 19, or not week 19, but the divisional round of the playoffs. So it's a small sample size, so I wouldn't read too much into that. But I really think I think this line is just way off. I made this line Bills -5.5, but that's assuming Josh Allen's healthy. So, I don't know. I think that I really like the Bills here, but then again, we don't know Allen's health, and that's the problem. And I'd like the Bills as my pick of the month if I knew if you were to tell me Josh Allen's 100%, the Bills would be my pick of the month.
Yeah, see, now you got me swaying back and forth a little bit because I did like the Bills originally. I mean, you know what I think this could be too. See, look, like my thing with Denver and why I'm inclined to take them maybe is because I don't know. I just feel like nobody's I just get the feeling that they're not really being given a chance here. So
do they deserve one?
What's that?
Do they deserve one?
Well, I'm just saying. I don't know. That to me makes me want to proceed with caution. But I don't know. You know what I believe it was the year that the Colts won the Super Bowl in 2006 with Peyton Manning. Remember they weren't they kind of had a season just like the Bills did. They were perennial division winners. Then this year they still had a good record, but they didn't win. They didn't win the division. And then they went in and they played the Titans in the second round, I believe it was. Yeah, I think the Titans were 13-3. I remember the Colts went in there and won a low-scoring game. I think it was 13-3 or 13-6 or something like that. Yeah. I feel like that could go this way. The Bills are that version of the Colts. The year that everyone's been high on the Bills for the last 3-4 years. A lot of them, picking them to win the Super Bowl, and this year too, of course. But this has been, by their standards, over the past 3, 4, 5 years, has been a season that has in some way fallen below expectations. I know they've had injuries, but the way the Bills have been playing these last handful of years, they're expected to win the division pretty much every year. So yeah. I don't know. I could see that playing out that way, but I was thinking about the revenge angle, just given that the Bills knocked the Broncos out of the playoffs last year. I don't know. I don't put, that's never something I would put too much stock in, especially in these. It wasn't like it was an AFC Championship game or anything, but I it's just for whatever that's worth. So I don't know.
I don't see revenge factoring at all. This is a playoff game. If this were a regular season game and the Bills are road favorites and they're coming off a win, then I think revenge would play a factor there. But this is a game where everything's going to be on the line for both teams. No one's going to hold anything back. I don't think the Broncos have any sort of edge with revenge. And in fact, I think that the result last year could hurt them here because if anything, they might have lower confidence that they could perform well, just given that Buffalo slaughtered them so easily in that game. So, I mean, there's a reason why the Bills killed them in that game. There's a reason why the Broncos barely beat bad teams all year. They've had 2 convincing wins all year. This Denver team, 2 convincing wins.
Cowboys
Cowboys at home randomly. I don't know if Dallas is affected by the altitude. That was a weird game. And the other one was the Bengals, where Jake Browning was playing on Monday Night Football.
I remember
outside of that, every other game was either a close win against a bad or mediocre team, or a fluky win where they had a comeback or something, or the other team was injured. I'm thinking the Eagles game where the Eagles are up 17-3 and they kind of fell asleep at the wheel with a international. They had a Thursday game coming up, I believe. The Eagles did, I think. So the Eagles are distracted. The Broncos got them at the end. It was a nice comeback, but still, if the Eagles didn't fall asleep at the wheel, which they had done a lot this year.
Oh yeah.
Then the Eagles would have held on. They beat the Chiefs by 3. It at the time was really impressive, but the Chiefs, I think they only won I don't think they only won 1 game after that, I believe, which was the Colts game. When Daniel Jones was playing on one leg at the end. So that was not a really impressive win. And 13-11 against the Jets, 33-32 against the Giants at home, 10-7 against the Raiders, 27-26 against the Mariota Redskins, 20-13 against the Oluticon Chiefs, 19-3 in week 18 against the backup Chargers. This team has just skated by against bad or mediocre teams all year, and now they're expected to beat the best team in the conference. Like, are you kidding me? Unless Allen's hurt. If Allen's hurt, sure, Denver can win. But if Allen's 100% or like even 90%, Buffalo's going to beat him easily. I don't see this being competitive. I think this could go like Jacksonville at Denver, where Jacksonville won by 14. I don't. If Allen's 100%, this is going to be a blowout.
Yeah, I mean,
they did cover the spread. Very luckily, very luckily, I had Denver minus 13.5. That was a sweat.
Yeah, it was for me too. It was for me too. Geez, I don't know. I think this could be a good game. This might end up being a good game to ladder.
Look, the plan, and obviously it's going to be dictated by what the numbers are, but I think the plan is to bet the passing yards on the quarterback who's ahead, unless it's like 28-0, and to bet the rushing yards on the quarterback who's behind. So if, for example, if the Bills are up by 10 at halftime, bet Josh Allen over passing yards and bet Bo Nix over rushing yards.
Okay.
So that's what I'm thinking right now heading into the game. But it was halftime is when we make these bets, because like it's so hard to make the bets like during commercial breaks, because you're like hurrying, like enter your bets because like they're gonna change like as soon as they run a play, and like the TVs are behind like the real life. So it's pretty tough. I'm saying Josh Allen's fine. I hope so, because I already bet the Bills. So there's nothing I can do about it now, unless I want to eat the vig or something. Dalton Kincaid ladder for the win. Maybe. If you see he's being involved early a lot, then yes. If it's halftime he only has like 1 or 2 catches, then just don't bother. But if at halftime he's like 4 for 40 already or 4 for 50, then I think you can ladder that. Yeah.
Well, hey, I'll say this. Remember how how the AFC Championship game ended last year? I got a sneeze coming. Hang on.
Okay.
Excuse me. Thank you. Yeah. So remember how the AFC Championship game ended for the Bills last year with Kincaid dropping that pass. So I wouldn't be surprised. He might be on a little revenge tour. He's looking for redemption of his own. So I like that idea. And look, he can be determined if he doesn't throw him the ball, he doesn't throw him the ball. But I mean, I don't know. I like Kincaid. I like that tie. I might take a look at that. He's out for redemption of his own. So
yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
So I think there's, for whatever that's worth to the better. Some people we look at the motivational angle sometimes and we put a lot of stock into it, and other times not so much. So I don't know, but like I know this Bills team, we know their playoff experience, we know these players are good, and that on top of it. It can't be just that thing, of course. It's got to be all these other things. So I like Kincaid too. I'm interested. I'll keep an eye on that live too. So I appreciate that, Ty.
Yeah. Don't forget Dawson Knox in box, who's some good games.
Fort Knox.
No, we're reading Knox. It's Fox and Socks. My son and I. He loves that book. We're reading it every night. Who's so Sue Socks? Sue Socks.
Man, Fox and Socks. I haven't read that in a long time.
Yeah, I hadn't either. It's funny that like when you have kids, you like redoing the stuff from your childhood that you forgot. Mm-hmm. And I didn't. First of all, I before anyone calls me a bad parent, I didn't know there was cursing in Ace Ventura: Pet Detective, because like my son wanted to watch Karate Kid, but they took it off Netflix. And so I'm like, oh, what's a good movie? I'm like, oh, Ace Ventura: Pet Detective. You'll like it. There are animals in there, and then the Ace Ventura's a funny guy. There's like so much cursing in it. I'm like I'm saying like stop it. It's like, come on, why is there so much cursing in here? But yeah, so I haven't. My point is, I haven't seen that movie in like decades. I put it on, and I'm like, oh, I forgot that the movie started with him posing as a delivery man. It just completely just
right,
like, I was like, wow, I don't remember this at all. And I'd seen the movie multiple times. So.
Wow. Yeah. It's been a long time since I've seen it.
Yeah.
Have you, let's get some comments here, I guess.
Quacky demonstrates to the mastery.
Wait, what did I do?
You sneezed and everyone heard it.
Oh yeah. Sorry. I was just, I was kind of caught in the rain there.
Yeah.
What do we got?
Just threw some money on Franklin, most receiving yards in the game, 33. That's a great number. 33-1 for that. What sportsbook is that, Armac? That's I would not, if you asked me to line that, not knowing, I would have guessed like 15-1 or something. 33-1 is pretty nuts. Like Buffalo doesn't have it must by receiver, not even tight end, right? So like there's Buffalo doesn't have a number one. Like Shakir is the closest thing to that, and then obviously Sutton would be the favorite, but Bogey 22. I'm not familiar with that at all. So not sure what book the guy's. Is okay. It might be it's a bookie. Okay. So yeah, I mean that seems like a fantastic bet. Although Pat Bryant has been more involved as number two in the month. Yeah, it's a bookie. Yeah.
Okay.
So Pat Bryant has been more involved, but I mean Franklin 33-1. That's an awesome number that you got there for sure. Confirmed. Puka Nakua's brother Samson just dropped his new rap news. It was
nice.
Super Bowl prediction: who versus who? What do you think? I've given him my projection. Unless you want me to go first, I think it's Rams Bills. I said last week, and Evan said this as well. Whoever won Bills Jaguars would get to the Super Bowl. And I think you said that too, right? You said that as well. Yeah. So we all agreed on that. So I'm sticking with the Bills. I still think the Rams are the best team overall. Now they've had issues on special teams. Can't ignore that. Like, we know what happened in the Eagles game. And their defense has gotten a little bit worse recently, although Quentin Lake is coming back, so that'll help them a lot. They just give him a huge contract, so this is not like some nobody. He's a really talented safety, so his return's going to be big. And they get Kevin Dotson back, and he's a really talented guard. So the Rams should be getting better, hopefully at least, because I have a lot of exactas on them. So hopefully that pans out. So yeah, what is your Super Bowl prediction here?
I'm going to go ahead and say the Bills and the Bears. I think, I don't know. This Bears team kind of reminds me of the 2012 Ravens in the sense that no one gave them any respect the whole way, and then they ended up kind of pulling a rabbit out of their hat. I think they have a balanced attack on offense, man. I mean, I don't think that's really up for much dispute. I mean, Loveland's really come on. That looks like it's going to be a great pick. The Swift and Monungai have proven themselves, and they have several good and like they're deep at receiver, so I don't, and they're battle tested and on some level. They've had so many comebacks, not only during the regular season, but last week in the playoff game against the Packers. So I don't know, man. They just kind of feel to me like a team that might find a way to. Now, could they win it? I mean, of course, any team could win it, but I don't know. I could see Bills and Bears. I think the Bears. Oh man, the Bears are going to win the Super Bowl, aren't they? Damn it.
Bills, Bears, Super Bowl.
Battle of the Beasts.
It's Bills of Bears, like not Build a Bear.
Bills. Oh, dude, Build a Bear should do a Super Bear commercial.
They should. So dude, there's so many weirdos working at the store that they probably don't like football. But when my niece had a birthday party at Build a Bear, and there's this woman, she had blue hair, and her name tag said Q, just the letter Q. And I was like, for Quacky, I thought, is she a member of the Q Continuum from Star Trek, or is that like? And my sister was like trying to not to be rude. She's like, she instead of saying she's like, this person says this, like this person.
How do you have a birthday party at Build-A-Bear? Like, what, you just like stuff bears for like 3 hours?
Yeah, they sit in a circle and they actually like hide stuff. They play like hide and seek or whatever. Okay. And
so there's activities there, and then they build the bear, and that's like
each of them builds a bear. Yeah, basically. So it worked. I was confused about that too. But they made it work. They made it work. So yeah. Stafford is a grade 3 sprain right now. Yeah,
wow.
Well, we knew that is healing inside McVay's
rear end. Are you on team butt or team rear end? Like, would you tell the other team, like, we're going to kick your rear end? Is that what you tell them?
It's backside is the preferred term.
Backside.
Matt Millen. So you got to go with that. He's
a real pain in the backside.
Kielbasa in the backside. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to ride that stallion all night long.
In the Michael Jordan documentary, The Last Dance, when they're showing when they played Indiana in the Eastern Conference Finals in the 6th championship run, they're like showing like all the people out in Indiana, like celebrate, like pre-gaming and tailgating before the game 3. And there's this like some random Pacers fan, and he goes, "We're gonna kick Chicago's rear end." Why would you say rear end? I guess he was like trying to be like G-rated for the for the camera. We're gonna kick Chicago's rear end.
Yeah.
Okay.
You tell he has kids.
Yeah.
Well, either loser.
Yeah. Maybe he just like caught in the moment. He like wasn't sure what to say, and then it's like it just came out that way, sort of thing.
Right.
Yeah, man. Okay. Well, you know what? I'm gonna wait to bet on this one. I'll wait for the potential ladder plays live with you, I think.
And I'm the opposite because I already bet it. So
yeah, I do like the Bills, but there's just something feels off about this. Like just because like I'm not hearing any noise for the Broncos really. I don't know. Something seems off. I mean, look, I think the Bills are definitely a better team.
The Broncos are the worst number 1 seed of all time.
Remember when Green Bay won the Super Bowl in 2011, and they beat the
Atlanta.
Yeah, the Tremendous pick 6. But yeah, Atlanta was the number 1. I think the final score was like 48-21. They ran a clinic on him, man. Yeah,
I think this could be similar. If Allen's healthy, this could be similar.
Really? Well, you remember I just remember like I was watching that game at like my friend's house, and then like as soon as I got back into my car to drive home, I had like sports radio turned on, and as soon as like the first thing I heard as soon as I turned on my car from the radio station, worst number 1 seed ever.
Worst number 1 seed ever.
Yeah. They were. I mean, they were a good team. They beat Green Bay in the regular season. That was a freaking clinic. But remember, Atlanta was up 7-0, and then Green Bay tied it, and then they ran the kickoff back, and they're 14-7. I was like, man, this is gonna be back and forth, and that was it.
Yeah.
Rodgers ran a freaking clinic in that game. That's like
so good.
That was like prime Rodgers.
Yeah,
man. Yeah, that whole
shocking that he never won after that.
Oh my God, let me count the ways, man.
Mm-hmm. I thought if you asked me then how many does this guy go in, I would say at least 3.
There's so many chances. 2014, of course. God, 2020, 2021. They lost that. Yeah, 21-22, the year that the Rams beat the Bengals. The Packers were the 1 seed, and I was like, I knew they were going to play San Francisco. I knew they were going to freaking lose.
Yeah, they always lose to San Francisco. San Francisco's alive. Green Bay had a chance to have San Francisco host the NFC Championship, which Evan bought plane tickets for.
Oh yeah,
he had to refund them, unfortunately, because as soon as the Packers won, he won so much money in that game. Because like the only crappy thing is that I have to refund these plane tickets now.
Oh no.
Yeah,
man. Speaking of that, isn't that crazy? There's three teams from the NFC West remaining.
It's best division, It's like them and everyone else. I feel like maybe like Buffalo too, but they have the 2 best teams in the league. And if the Niners had a healthy Warner and Bosa, they would be up there right with them. But the Niners have had an easy schedule, so I mean, like that's why do we talk about them, right? Like Niners at the Seahawks. The Seahawks are favored by 3. 7. I'm saying 3 in my head because if Sam Darnold's ruled out, I think this line could go to 3 or 3.5. And that was the news that we had yesterday, is that Sam Darnold got hurt in practice. He had to leave with an oblique injury, and we don't know if he's going to play. The latest I have, so it's good news and bad news. The good news is Mike McDonald the coach says he's really optimistic that Darnold's going to play. The bad news is he added there's a possibility the injury is going to limit him physically. So yeah, we have that. So I proposed this to Evan last night, and I was like, why don't we lock in the 7 now? The 49ers plus 7, because if Darnold's ruled out, and again, he's probably, I would say like 90% going to play, maybe even higher, then like still going to be 7, maybe 7.5. But like if he's out, this line drops to 3 or 3.5. He said he was going to start, but that I've heard so many players say I'm going to play and then they don't play. Like that happens all the time. And he's listed questionable too. So, and I don't know. Like what if he wakes up tomorrow morning and is just can't walk? So I think if this line drops, you're going to be so happy you locked in the 7. So that was my thought. I'm going to bet this after the show. I'll announce it on Twitter where I'm betting in, for how much. Maybe there's a 7.5 out there, possibly. Even if it's like -115, might be worth it. But yeah, I'm going to be on the Niners here. Trent Williams is back. That's huge. Fred Warner's not going to play, but we didn't really expect him to play. So yeah, I'm going to be on the Niners here and getting revenge on the Seahawks team for 2 weeks ago in Seattle, by the way, against teams that are like the Niners or better, except for week 18 when the Niners didn't have Williams. They haven't won a game against this caliber of opponent by more than 8 points. So they've all been close games. So I think Seattle will win. I think Seattle will win by like 3 to 6 points. I think it'll be close. What do you think?
Well, I really like the 49ers money line, but I'm actually kind of, here's what I think is weird. Like, why hasn't this line, like, if we really think there's a chance that Darnold's going to be out or limited, why has this line not moved a little bit already?
I have no idea.
That seems kind of odd to me. So that makes me hesitant. But I don't know. My knee-jerk reaction is to take the 49ers to win the game, man.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like, what? I don't know. Especially like Darnold. Does he have what it takes to really do it in the playoffs? I mean, I don't know, man. I think the 49ers seem a little too easy here. But I would have liked them more, as weird as it sounds, if this line was at moved from 7 to 6, because then at least it would say, okay, like Vegas is aware that like it's gonna significantly change the line depending on whether he's in or out. But
the line did move off 7.5 to 7. To be fair.
It still seems like too much. Like, it really makes the 49ers. What I'm saying is the 49ers look way too easy to me. Way too easy.
Yeah, there is more money on the Niners than any other team this week. So there's that. But if Darnold's limited, and if Darnold didn't have this injury, I wouldn't be touching this game. Because I think Seahawks winning by 7 is it's probably maybe the most likely result if Darnold's healthy. So I think it was lined correctly, but now this injury, which okay, he's going to play. McDonald said it could limit him physically. Like, what does that look like? I don't know. Is that like how much is it going to limit him to? Is it going to be like a little bit, or is it going to be like this guy can't throw? He's going to hand off every down. Like we don't know. So at 7 now with the injury, I have a lot of interest in it. But like I said, if Darnold's healthy, I wouldn't be touching this game.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of torn, because I don't, now that you're telling me the 49ers are the most heavily bet side, I don't like it as much.
Yeah. The public did have its worst year I've from ever since I've been tracking this. So if Vegas loses here, it's not going to be the end of the world for them. Vegas kicked the public's rear end.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
they sure
did. Honestly, I joke, but they did.
Yeah.
So they can afford to lose here and there. There's not going to be any odds makers' bodies buried in the desert anytime soon.
Yeah. Oh man. All right, what do we got next? The cattle and the
I don't even know the cattle and the people who had the cattle a long time ago.
Yeah.
Texans to the Patriots. So I think this line is it was 2.5. I liked 2.5 a lot more. Obviously, better number, and you get the key number here. You don't get the key number, but you don't lose on it. I think the Patriots winning by 3 is the correct number. Like I think that's the most likely result of this game. The question is, like, what's the second most likely result? Is it Patriots winning by 7, or is it Texans winning by 3? And I think it's Patriots winning by 7. I don't trust CJ Stroud. Drake May, obviously not too much playoff experience, but and this is a tough defensive matchup. But he had a really tough defensive matchup last week. And I've heard so many people like, oh, but the Texans are so much better than the Chargers. They are better, but the Chargers were ranked number 2 in defense this year. Like they had a great defense, and Drake May, he made 2 big mistakes in that game, but he overcame it and he threw that touchdown pass to Henry, and he made some other good plays. It's like this couple drives ended because of the mistakes, but that was his first playoff game, and now he has more experience. He's also hosting a game where there could be potential snow, and I don't think it's going to be that much of a factor, but it's like a tiny thing here and there. Like the Texans off a short week. Yeah, it's not going to preclude them from winning the game, but it's like still like a tiny percentage point, and it adds up, I think. So, and I think New England can get to the quarterback here. The Texans don't have a good offensive line. They have their tackles have played well recently. Their center has actually he had a rough start to the year. He's gotten better. Jake Andrews he's gotten a lot better as the season's gone on. But the Texans have some issues up front, and I think New England can expose them with Milton Williams back. And New England's here's the I think the best matchup in this game, I think, belongs to New England because their secondary is really good. It's not as good as Houston's, but their secondary is really good, and Houston's receiving core is going to be missing Nico Collins. So you have a great group of corners against a kind of a weakened group of receivers. So it's going to be really tough for CJ Stroud to throw on New England, I think. So I'm inclined to keep going with the Patriots here. I like the Patriots to win this game by 4 to 7 points. I'm going to bet on it a little bit. It's not going to be a big bet. What do you think about this game?
Here's the thing about the Patriots. I do think they're a good team, but as bad as the Chargers came out and played, now you can argue that their defense was good. I mean, there's only one touchdown scored in the whole game.
Yeah.
But I don't know. As badly as that offense played, even with like 5-6 minutes left when the Patriots had to punt the ball back, like the Chargers still actually had a fighting chance. Like they could have had a quick score. I mean, at the rate they were going, and obviously they didn't. It didn't seem as likely, but it was still plausible that they could have had a crazy comeback and won 17-16, But I don't know. That was it's so funny. All 5 games last week were so good, and then we're like, how are we gonna cap it off? It's like this game sucks.
Yeah,
this game sucks.
Yeah.
So, or I should up to that point, I guess it was 4 games, but I don't know. Here's the thing: the Texans' offense. I've said this many times already this season. The Texans' offense looks anemic at times. And look, it did for 3 quarters. I can't believe that game ended the way it did. It was 7-6, right, going into the 4th. I actually had live bet the Texans -9.5, and then I went to sleep after the 3rd quarter, and I woke up an hour later, and I was like, yeah, I probably didn't hit this, and I was like, whoa, 30-6, what happened?
That's awesome.
So I really thought that for sure that was a loss, but I don't know. I mean, their offense is because they had two defensive scores, right?
Yep.
But I don't know. I don't know. I think the Texans have a chance to win this game for sure. I could see this being maybe the Texans up 3 or 4, and then the Patriots have to come back on a last second drive, maybe in the waning minutes, I should say, not seconds, but.
Yeah, I've had some of my best gambling wins when I've gone to sleep too. I think I told you I entered in 20 lineups into this is back in 2020, 20 lineups into a XFL GPP in DraftKings, and I fell asleep and I completely forgot about it. And I checked I just clicked on my DraftKings tab, and it's I saw first place, you're winning whatever. I'm like, oh my God, I won a GPP. I didn't realize it. There was no sweat.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, good old PJ Phillip Walker, whatever you want to call him.
Yeah, XFL legend, man.
He was incredible. Yeah. So anyway, we had this. May was great last week. Now he's to face Houston defense. Isn't the under a better play than a side? Yeah, maybe. I mean, there could be defensive touchdowns. I don't know. I mean, I think that I actually done pretty well with totals this year, surprisingly, because usually I'm pretty 50-50 with them. For the total, I think you're right with the under. I think that might be the best play here outside of ladder stuff, during the games, during the game. So yeah, I think that this will be like a 23-17 or 20-16 game or something. Maybe it's 20-17. Like that's probably the most likely score, I would say, because this total is what, 40.5, I believe. So that's saying that it's gonna be 22-19. That's what adds up to 41. But except like 22-19 isn't it's not like a common score. So maybe it'll be 20-17. So yeah, I think the under is the way to go. But like saying like, yeah, maybe wasn't great last week, but now he's good against Houston. I think that's not giving the Chargers defense any credit, because the Chargers defense, like I said, they're ranked number 2 in the second half of the year. Like they were a legit defense. They were great. They turned, not that like, the Eagles lost, but they turned over Jalen Hurts 5 times, and Jalen Hurts, he didn't have his best year, but he didn't have any other games like that. So they're a really good defense, and yeah, Houston's a little bit better, but still. But I get what you're saying. Like, yeah, May's probably not going to have an amazing game, but I do think that he can make enough plays to win. What are these odds that either Patriots or Houston defense touchdown? Well, we talked about that yesterday, actually. Let me pull it up. I believe I still have these bets on the board because, yeah. So the plan is bet Houston defense, which I believe is 8 to 8.5 to 1. Bet Patriots defense and then parlay them together. Because $50 gets you $5,900.
And it's just defense too, not defense special teams.
Yeah, just defense, unfortunately. Right. Yeah. So talk about great betting days. We'll be partying.
If, seriously, that'd be awesome.
This 118 to 1. So yeah, Evan actually did that in the Houston-Pittsburgh game in round 1, and he didn't get both, but he did hit Houston. Houston actually, like you said, scored twice. So, what are the odds? I think Houston's plus 80 and 850, and I think New England's plus 950. I think I want to say, maybe that changed. Might as well bring it up. It's easy. Touchdown scorers. Houston moved to 800, and New England's now 950. So, this seems like 8 still high. Like, you're telling me that you need this to happen once in 7 games to be profitable. Like, that's like Houston defense is going to score only once in 7 games. It doesn't seem right to me, right?
Right. No, I agree.
It seems very low. Let me get the comment off the screen so you can see.
I think I'm with you.
Yeah. So, would love to hit this 118 to 1. We'll be betting it. We'll see what happens.
Oh wow, okay. I'm getting excited too.
Yeah.
All right. You taking the Patriots or the cattle?
I'm taking the Patriots. It's not, like I said, it's not a big play, but I do like them a little bit. And I did like them a lot more at 2.5. What are your thoughts here? And by the way, if this goes to 3.5, I will be off it completely. I don't think I'd be on Houston necessarily, but I'd be 0 on the Patriots, which I actually kind of makes me want to lock this in tonight, because I think I saw some 3.5s. Let me make sure that's correct. Circa moved to 3.5. ESPN bet, for what it's worth, that's now the score. They moved to 3.5. Fanatics, Schematics, if you want to call them that, they moved to 3.5. There's still 3s out there. I'm seeing 3 minus 114 at Caesars is the best number right now. I'm not even seeing any 3 minus 110s anymore. So that's an indication that this could go to 3.5. So if you like the Patriots, I'll say bet them now at -3, because I don't see this going down. I see it just going up.
I agree.
Yeah, and there's money coming in Houston. No, sorry, there are bets coming. A lot of bets coming in on Houston. So this is sharp money moving the line toward New England.
Okay.
Yeah. So it is your turn to pick the next game, Tom. Where are you going?
Let's hit the Grizzly Bears and the Rams here. I'll ram you.
Okay. Grizzly Bears and the Rams. Actually, it's my son. I was proud of my son today. He quoted, he's like, if it's he said, if it's black, fight back. If it's brown, get down. If it's white, good night. Like, wow, you remember?
Oh wow. So this is bear safety.
Bear safety, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I saw the funniest meme. Like it was about like how to win a fight against a bear. It's like a 9-step thing. It's like step 1, like get into a fighting stance. Step 2, like lunge at the bear with your head up so you don't snap your neck. And there's like step 3 is do something like step 8, it just kept going. Like step 5, like take out the bear's knees. Like step 7, like lock his head in. And it's like step 9, walk toward the light because you died at step 2.
Yeah. Man, that's good. That's good. Yeah. I really hope that I don't have any. Can't imagine myself like being in any kind of encounter with a bear ever. I don't want to go camping.
No,
or anything like that.
I don't understand camping. Like, why do it?
I don't like it. And I'm not hating on anyone who enjoys it. If that's your thing, that's perfectly fine. A lot of people do. It's just not for me.
Yeah,
I know. I don't want to be out there in the open like that, man. I don't know. No. It's just like, I mean, I guess like, yeah, if you like to be close to nature, but it's like, it's just not worth like it, to me. It's not enjoyable. I'm sleeping outside.
Yeah.
And like, who knows like what kind of weird animals or people could be out there, you know?
People like, might be the worst things.
Yeah. And then if you leave your lunch in the tent too close and the bears come by and the raccoons come by and you're like freaking out in the tent, I don't know. It's not for me.
Did you ever play the game The Quarry? It's good. It's a cool game. It's you're a camp counselor at the summer camp, and the camp closes, and the head counselor's like, we need to get out of here, and like for some reason he like leaves, but your car's broken down, you can't leave, and he says he's like whatever you do, don't go outside tonight. And so of course these kids are all college kids. They want to like drink and stuff, and so of course they don't listen.
Wait, it's a game?
Yeah, it's a game on PS4. The Quarry. It might be on something else, maybe an Xbox.
Let me see. I'm looking it up now.
Yeah, it has the camp counselor. The head camp counselor is the guy from Scream. What's his name? The
Matthew Lillard.
No. He's the older guy. I can't remember his name. The Quarry actors. Let me see. I never remember this guy's name. Let's see. It is David Arquette.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he does the voice, and the graphics look like him too.
Nice.
He's the main camp counselor. He's the one in charge of the camp, and he tells the kids, he's like, get out of here, or he's like, if you can't, just stay inside. So my point is that we bring up bears and like wildlife and like people. So there's these monsters who start attacking.
Yeah. Oh,
the
well, I want to watch like a playthrough of this now. I'm really interested.
Oh, it's good. I recommend it. It's great. It basically it's like a choose your own adventure sort of deal. Like you decide what to do. Like for example, you're getting chased through the woods, and you can take the shortcut or you can go the long way. And like whatever you do affects how it goes, how the game flows.
Mm-hmm.
And there I think there are like 100 different endings in this game too. It's crazy.
Wow.
Depending on who survives, and it's a hard game. Like it's you could have like one surviving kid, or they all die, or maybe they all survive. Whoever the ending depends on like which people survive or what you do, or if you kill the main bad guy, etc. But
really interesting.
It's an awesome game. I had a lot of fun playing it.
Oh, okay, I'll definitely check it out.
But so I won't spoil it. But like my point is, like, while there's these animals out there, there's also like these hicks in the woods with like guns.
Yeah. Oh my god.
And like you have to worry about them too. So like that's what I'm saying. Like you don't know who's out there, because people could be even worse than the animals.
Yeah.
You know? Sometimes depends.
I've been watching these videos of like people exploring like the scariest like abandoned places. I love stuff like that.
Dude, there are some scary places on the way to Penn State. Like back, like you could take one way. It's like near this river, but like it goes through like this patch of woods, and like there are these abandoned houses, which is then they're all numbered. And I'm like, whenever I saw them, this is like the middle of Pennsylvania, and like whenever I was driving with someone, like Do you think those are numbered because they buried the bodies there? Like they're just numbering how many people they killed?
Oh
Like,
my god.
that's what I thought of. Like, why would these abandoned houses just have numbers like spray painted on them? Like it was so weird. It's like you just drive. Like if I was stuck there in like the middle of the night, like, I'd be like, I'm gonna get killed here. You know?
Yeah. Oh my
Some
god.
psychopath's gonna chop me up into pieces.
Yeah. Well, there was not too far from my hometown. They said there was like, I don't know, it was like an urban legend, but like there was like a street that was like on an uphill slope, like not like super bad, but like enough that it's noticeable. But if you put your car in neutral, you'll move up the hill.
Okay. Wow.
And they say it's like the ghosts of like some kids or something are pushing your car up.
Oh man, that's scary.
Yeah. But I mean, I never did it myself, but like I remember this one girl I knew. She's like, no, like it really happened, but who knows? You know.
I don't mess around with that stuff. You never know, man.
Nor do I.
Because like, look, maybe it's BS, but like, what if it's not BS? Like, do you like what's the
what's to be gained? What's to be gained? Yeah,
there's no upside here.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Give me the Bears, man. I don't know.
Why?
I just think the Rams have just been underwhelming, man. A little bit. I had a feeling like I was mad. I actually, one of the bets I did lose on Saturday was I bet Carolina money line when they're down. But I really thought I was going to get it too, as you saw.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's like I keep saying like the Rams are going to bounce back. They're going to bounce back, and it's like, yeah, they just kind of haven't gotten there yet. It's like, are they going to? I don't know. Soldier Field is a tough place to play. I don't know. I think this is pretty disrespectful to Chicago, actually. I think they could definitely backdoor this. Worst case, I think 4 is a lot of points. So I mean, I know, like, but I think people want to think like, oh, like Puka Nacua, and he has been incredible, you know. But it's just like, I don't know. The Rams' defense has been suspect, man. It's like if the Bears can get a couple mistakes and they get the crowd going behind them, and even if they go down, like we saw what happened last week, we've seen them come back all year. I think +4 is disrespectful. I like the Bears here. I think they could win the game.
Well, I think any team can win the game this weekend. Yeah. You know,
I might bet Bears money line, maybe.
I still like the Rams. I still think they're the best team in the conference or in the NFL. Actually, I know their defense has had a couple of weird games, but the first Carolina game was a low effort game. Atlanta game was a low effort game. They didn't even need that game. I was surprised they even played their starters against Seattle. Sure, Seattle scored a bunch of points in the fourth quarter. The Rams held them to 14 points in 3 quarters, and then Seattle got a punt return touchdown. So that their offense wasn't. It's not like Seattle's offense was explosive or anything like that. And remember, Seattle also had the 2-point conversion that was bogus because they blew the play dead, and yet they're like, we still count. Like, okay, so it was all BS. The performance in the playoffs did bother me a little bit. I thought the Rams would bounce back, especially with Quentin Lake in his first game back. But, you know, it was his first game back. So he should be better this week. And I think the Rams have the personnel and the pass rush to really frustrate Caleb Williams. Like, Caleb Williams, if you take out the fourth quarter comebacks, like what he does in the fourth quarter, he like kind of sucks like the rest of the game, you know? And I don't know, like the Rams for most of the year, now I know not maybe really at the end of the year, but for most of the year, they've really shut the door on teams in the second half. Like, think about the Jacksonville game in London. Think about the Tampa game Monday night. Like, their defense just dominated for most of the year in the second half. And so that tells me if that happens again, then there's not going to be a comeback here. But we'll see if they live up to that. Like, there are 2 things that worry me about the Rams. One is Stafford's health. We got a report here from saying that that Stafford's finger is well inside McVay's rear end right now. So maybe that'll help. But no, really, I mean, he does have a finger sprain, but he's had 7 days of rest here because they've had the extra day. So maybe that's helped them. We'll see. The second thing is the Rams special teams. The Rams special teams has been a disaster. So they get a punt block, they get a kick block. Like, I'm going to be frustrated. I'm going to be like, oh, special teams again for me, you know?
Yeah.
But it's legit that their special team sucks. So that could be a sort of X factor that helps the Rams. And potentially a third thing that bothers me, and I'm not sure about this, which is why I only said two, but like a potential third thing is what Evan mentioned yesterday is like there's a chance that this game is just played in awful conditions. Like right now, I'm seeing the weather forecast. It says 19 degrees, potential snow, and 12-mile-an-hour winds, and that's not that bad. The Rams played in like 25-degree weather when in Philly with the snow last year, and they almost beat the Eagles, like the best team in the NFL.
Right,
they came the closest to beating the Eagles. So if it's 19 snow, 12-mile-an-hour winds, it's fine. But Evan had a weather report yesterday that he pulled up that had this game at like 3 degrees and like 30-mile-an-hour winds. And I'm like, I'm not seeing that. But then again, like what weather report is accurate like this far out? We don't know. So I'm going to make the call the day of. I think that's a better chance of being correct. So if I'm seeing like the hour by hour forecast, if I'm seeing like 3 degrees and like 20-mile-an-hour winds, I'm just going to stay away from this game, not bet it. So I won't be betting this ahead of time. But if it's looking like 19-ish, 12-mile-an-hour winds, I think it'll be fine for the Rams. So I'm going to go with the better team. The Rams, I think, are unquestionably the better team. The Bears have been a fraud all year. They've had so many bogus wins. Like they would have lost to the Giants if Jackson Dart didn't get hurt. Like that's we know that. Like and they came so close to losing so many other games, including 2 to the Packers, and the Rams are definitely better than the Packers, and so I don't think the Bears are going to have the same sort of 4-leaf clover coming through with a lucky win here, unless the Rams continue to suck defensively or something, but and also unless Stafford's not healthy, so we'll see. But right now I plan on betting the Rams, but like I said, going to wait on the weather and see what it looks like.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll hold off on that front then too. But I feel like if that's the weather, that definitely benefits Chicago. So I don't know. I like him here. I think this line's a little disrespectful. I think I'll go with the Bears here.
Okay, makes sense. I will say though that there's a good number of bets on the Bears.
Well, I don't like it.
You're off.
No,
you're off. What is the exact numbers here? Hold on 1 second. So I told you the Niners had the most bets coming in on them this week. Do you want to guess the order of the other 3? I know you really like this game, so you've been looking forward to it for 2 weeks because you had the flu last week. So what are the 2 to 4 sides? Because the 49ers are number 1.
Yeah, then I'll say Bears, then I'll say Patriots, and then I'll say Bills.
If you move the Bills in front, you're correct. The Bills are number 2. The Bears are then number 3, and then the Texans. Sorry, I don't know if you said the Patriots. The Texans are number 4.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the public likes all the underdogs. It's weird to say they are on all the underdogs.
That's interesting.
Yeah, maybe they've lost so much this year. They're like, wow, can't bet favorites. Let's bet the underdogs.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I mean, I do like some of these underdogs to win, though. I think, I mean,
how many underdogs win this week? We have, as a reminder, Bills, Niners, Texans, Bears.
Yeah, I think at least 2.
2. Which ones? I know you like the Bears, and you said you're betting Niners money line. So is the Niners Bears?
Yeah, I mean, I guess the Bills too. That's kind of to pick them, but. I do like the Bills if I have to take it. I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna. Maybe I'll just stick out or hold out for the live bets for these games this weekend. I don't really, but you know what? Sometimes I get my feelings right before the game, so we'll see.
You should parlay all the underdog money lines.
Oh, there you go. Wonder what that would be.
I mean, you don't have to wonder. We can look.
Okay.
So. All right, let's get rid of this.
Dude, bet Sky Moore anytime touchdown.
Oh my God.
What? What's wrong with
that? There's a lot wrong with it. Right, so if you parlay all the underdogs, you get 52 to 1.
Wow,
so
that's not bad.
Yeah, $50 pays $2,600. It's pretty good.
Actually not terrible. It definitely could happen.
Yeah, could happen. Yeah.
But
I think I do wonder. I think I don't know. You might just be better off just going through. So what would that be? So if you bet $50 here, that's 100. Then you bet 100 here. That's what 390. You bet 390 here. Hold on. That's 52. That's 592. And then the times 1.752. That'd be $1,000. I guess you're better off parlaying, but still. Yeah, so you could definitely do that. Do you see any?
I hope the Bills win, though, man. I really do.
Yeah, well, yeah, for your parlay, you mean? Is that the only reason?
Yeah.
Okay.
Plus, I want him to get one.
Yeah, I know. It could be like the Bucks that one year, where everyone kept saying, "Oh, Bucks are gonna choke again. Bucks are gonna choke again," and then they finally won. What was that? Was that 2000, 2001, or what?
Yeah, 02, 03, yeah.
02, 03, 02, 03. Right.
Mm-hmm.
22, 23.
Yeah, dude. Bet the wait. You're talking about the Gruden-led Bucks team that won, or the one Brady?
No.
Oh,
I'm
that
talking
was
about
2021.
Yeah, that's what I thought. 2000, 2001. Yeah. The Milwaukee Bucks.
The Milwaukee.
Not the Tampa
I
Bucks.
thought you were talking about the Tampa Bay Bucks.
No. It was 2020, 2021.
I should have known you meant the Milwaukee Bucks, because if you meant the Tampa Bay Bucks, you would have said the Buccaneers.
Buccaneers, yeah. Of course.
It's the only way to pronounce it.
Yep.
Oh man. Well, I don't know. I'm gonna be texting you this weekend, man. I want to get on the ladders with you, because I think that was.
Well, I'll be posting them. Yeah, I'll be posting them all on Twitter. It's too hard to post on the site. I guess during halftime it works. I could do it during halftime. The problem is, like, if I'm doing this like during a commercial in the game, it usually takes me about a minute and a half to update the picks site or the picks page on the site. And by the time I do, like, the line may have moved, so like there's no point, But at halftime, there's usually enough time. So maybe I'll post it on the site if I'm doing it at halftime.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess that's about it for us.
That, as they say, is that. So thanks, guys, for tuning in. Really appreciate it. We'll be back on Tuesday. I assume Kenny's going to be back. I don't know what we're going to talk about, because there's not going to be any best ball drafts on Tuesday. And by the way, I think there's still overlay, like I said, and maybe Tom, you could check it out. There are $3 contests, and it pays up to $15,000, I believe. So might be worth checking out. And plus, it's a lot of fun to do. It's so addicting. Okay. So it's really cool. But yeah, Kenny and I are not going to have anything to talk about on Tuesday, but maybe we'll talk about the recap of the games and stuff like that, and then usual schedule the rest of the way, I assume, unless someone tells me that they can't come on the show. So and as always, we're gonna have updates. We're gonna have the Saturday notes posted soon, and I'm gonna lock in some of these picks, so make sure you check that out, and obviously updates on everything else. So please like, subscribe, comment below, share this video, visit walterfootball.com for tons of content, and visit Tom's Quacky_T X profile, because Tom posts some plays here sometimes. Even
though the last one lost, yeah.
I didn't see that one, thankfully. But you've had a lot of great calls here. So yeah, I mean, you've produced so many winners over the years, including this Nashville one. I actually got a hockey pick right for a change the other night. I had Flyers Penguins over 6.5 goals.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
I think Penguins were late hurting on them.
Yeah, I think it was 6-3 games. So finally got one correct. That was nice. So yeah. Anyway, anything else you want to mention before we head out?
That's it. I appreciate you all hanging. Always have a great time. And Walter, thanks for having me as always.
Yeah, absolutely. Glad you're healthy and you're able to come back, and glad that you are you were the back-to-back free throw champion.
Dare free throws, yeah.
Third place in the 7th grade spelling bee, and you ate an entire large pizza in 4 minutes. That's it's all great things.
It's a resume to be envied. I mean,
absolutely. Absolutely. All right, guys. Hope you have a great night. Great rest of your weekend, and I'll talk to you next week.
See y'all.